Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Sorry, there's parts all over the place. Wait, come on, bring it up. Bring it up. All right. So yeah, button got here. It's freaking huge. That's the size of my button. It's huge. So now, I definitely want to do something crazy with that. I don't think I want to attach it to the case. I think I want to have my own separate button for my PC. Something cool. We got to do something cool with that button. I was going to put it right here, but now I'm going to change that. I'm going to make a separate button on the side that can hit it and turn it on. Definitely got to do something cool with that button. Definitely got to put it somewhere separate from the other parts. So yeah, it's coming together. And it's coming together nicely. Nicely. Definitely got to do something with this giant button. I got to put the LEDs in because it has LEDs on it, but I haven't had a chance to attach them on right. Just want to make sure everything's running on here perfectly fine. Oh, we're on the wrong one. Oh, let's get everything over here. Everything's super messy in here. Super messy. Ugh. Let me see. Keyboard's on this side. Let me see. Definitely want to change up this wallpaper. I think I'm going to do something before we do all that. Let's get this thing online first. Connect it. Yes, connection. Yes! Look at it! It's almost there. Man, that thing, man, fired up. Look at the size of my button. My PC button is huge. Now, I'm going to build me a separate, away from this. I'm going to put it over here, like something you flip up and you hit it. One of those buttons, man. This thing is freaking cool. This is one of the plus sides I told you I love about basically having, there's all so many different kinds of buttons. So many different kinds of buttons. I really don't want to do cases anymore now. This is just so much funner than doing a case because I get to choose all kinds of cool buttons. I've seen one that you open it up like a emergency button that you hit, like a big red star. Oh man, this is freaking cool. I love this button. So it does light up. I just connect the LEDs, which I haven't had time to do. All right, now I'm just making sure this thing powers up. The headers to turn it on, the power, or is it complete opposite of this one? So I'm looking at like, wait a minute, like how's this hook up? Like, oh, it's in the opposite. So basically, I figured out their boards how to run them. I'm pretty good with it now. All right, definitely got to change out this wallpaper here. Sorry if we got this cord running across it. I'm gonna put that someplace else pretty soon. Let me see. I saw something with a nice freezer. If I have it on here, I wonder if I have it on here. The freezer box on here. No, I just grabbed something. I don't know if it's even on here. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. That button. We're waiting for that. So very easy to hook up, very easy to attach. Definitely gonna build something pretty cool with the rest of them. I don't want to do cases anymore. Like I really don't want to do cases because man, this is just so much. This case would have been much shorter than this, much smaller if I didn't put the whole compartment we're gonna put over there. Let me see. Nice wallpaper. And I'm looking at these containers. So again, I'm in the process of building my own reservoirs for my liquid cooling system. That's what I'm working on next, designing my own reservoirs. So I want a nice stackable reservoir system. and we're going to build our own. Oopsie. We're going to build our own reservoir system pretty soon. Working on that one next. And I'm also too looking at the Molex cables. So I bought the crimps and everything I need to basically design my own Molex cables. If I want to do the mod, I might just bake my own wires and parts, because chances are half the stuff I can't even find that I need, and they want to charge you so much money for everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in and just get my own stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Everybody wants to charge you so much stuff. All right, all that's powering up. That's all good. Man, JavaScript needs to be updated. Update available. Do tell. Update. Now we can start working on the table, because I got this thing right here gives me headaches like you would not believe. I got the monitor because you have to have two monitors if you're doing projector mapping applications. It requires two monitors. One to project, which is your projector, other one is going to be the monitor. My software is on here, so I'm pretty good to go. Graphic cards are definitely coming out soon, so I got plenty of room. Put a big guard in, and when I put the pipe system in, it's going to come slightly underneath here to basically balance out the card, so it stays nice. So my pipe system comes from here, comes back down here, down to here. It's going to come out through here, come out there. It's going to allow for all the parts to stay in their spot, but also to add a little sturdiness to the frame and put a more balance on my card, because my card coming in is going to be from here. Probably the 1660 is a pretty big card, so it's going to be from here to here. And of course, we're going to ice it. We're going to frost it. All right, yeah, give me updates. And I got to update that graphic card too while I'm on here. Yeah, I got you. Terms and conditions, la-di-da. All right, updating the software. So, came out pretty nice. So we're not done working on it. We still got a lot to do. And at least I ordered the motherboard screws, which I didn't need, but I decided I'm going to build me a couple PCs without using the cases, because again, we can build what we want. Once I get my shop set up the way I want to, I can basically start getting ready to bring in tools that I need to start cutting cases out of plexiglass. I prefer a case out of plexiglass because I can cut and I can manipulate the surface and put whatever I want on it. So I'd rather just build my own cases out of plexiglass. All right. That's a happy camper at the end of the day. Let me see. All right. There we go. Installing. Man, that Dying Light 2 has... I was looking at the DLC. The DLC's a lot of free DLCs on there. We gotta get past the game first. We got a ton of free DLCs. So I don't have to worry about paying for that. I know we get people in there that think that this is not going to work at all, period. But as I told you before, my skill comes from God. Lord taught me how to put all this stuff together. He's the one that gave me the knowledge to build all this stuff. But, you know, I had people in there when I was building PCs way back before they were even known. And, yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. And every time new software comes out or any new hardware, my Lord updates me on all the information on how to do it. Right from the door. So never really have to do too much. I automatically know how to put it all together. From the research I've been doing the last couple of months, actually last month since the research, I'm pretty much up to date now. I'm good. So I can just start building whatever I want now. So yeah, I like this. So when we get done, everything, this is not done yet. This is nowhere near finished. We still got a ton of artwork. We got panels over there we just finished up to make this look like a refrigerator. So we still got a lot to do. Upgrade the video card. And right now it's running 8 gigs because right now that's all we have. It's 8 gigs to put in there. But we got 16 gigs coming in, so we're good. This is just for the time being. Can you run games off 8 gigs, yeah, they're pretty much gonna be like arcade games, but that one over there, it runs. I'm running playing Dying Light 2 off that right now. But they're going to be upgraded. Last upgrades for these are like the 1660s are going in. Definitely putting those in. Definitely going to be upgrading this power supply. That's why I'm not locking it down yet, because the power supply needs going to be like 850 to run the 1660, which is required of 350. I know it's overkill, but it's always good to overkill on power supply. As for up here, we're going to put in another set of fans back here, because you see this right there, it allows me to put another set back here. So I'm going to put 2 sets of fans back there, keep that nice and cool. I'm going to put heat spreaders coming in. I got blue heat spreaders coming in. This, I want to do a little modification. Well, actually, I forgot we're getting rid of this. We're not modifying this. We got a new power supply coming in. Freezer box at the bottom, which is going to be quite nice. Hard drive is going to go into its own enclosure, which is going to be a digital display, which will allow me to be able to control how cold the hard drive gets in there. And then we're going to run a whole pipe system throughout here and here, frost everything, and then basically in here, in the freezer unit, we had our Snapple bottle, Coca-Cola bottle. I found a fake slice of pizza on whatchamacallit, on Amazon, and our frozen ice cream. So we had to turn this down here into a look-alike refrigerator. So that shouldn't be hard to do. We're getting there. And I got temperature gauges coming in. This I'm definitely going to be changing, because they got the gauge that you can fit in the front with the sensor that connects down here and allows me that temperature control in here like a refrigerator. All right, let me see. Everything's upgraded there. Now, can I get my whatchamacallit I was looking for? I just had it in there. But we had an update go through telling me that, hey, we need this done now. And the button, well, I'm thinking that when I get this, the cord's going to be super short. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be super cord short. And I'm going to put it right here. I technically didn't want it there, because when I put the power supply in, the power supply I'm getting is all white. I want to be able to basically do a mod job on the power supply. I do want to add an extra fan, longer screws in there, and bolt those in. So I can have a dual fan system set up on that to make it more like a more power supply system. We got these connectors we're going to be hooking in pretty soon. So I got a big fan that's going to be going here. We got to bring this in a little bit more. That's definitely got to come in a little more. So we got a fan coming here and a fan coming here. 2 fans in the back, and down here in the refrigeration unit, we're going to have 2 fans down there underneath this cage unit. If you can see that in the cage unit. And then right here, this is going to be blocked off. That's going to be blocked off. We're going to have a fan here and a fan here, and then we're going to have lights under the bottom of it. I'm going to have to do a foil panel job underneath this. It has to be done because I need to reflect back. So we got to get some more of those panels and connect them here and here. It's going to take probably 2 in there to connect in there. Probably have to cut it to fit around this right here. And then we're going to run our LED lights here and there back in each other, because we want all this to glow nice and silvery. It has to look that way so it gives off a more of a crazy more effect. So the refrigerator is going to be a very interesting job we got to do. But it shouldn't be hard to get it done, because I got to put fans in there too on top of there to get that. Well, actually, I can't put fans in there. The fans are going to be this high. They're going to knock the Coca-Cola bottles and so all over the place. So we have to put a LED light system across here and here. They have these LED light bars about this big. They run off Molexes, have a little box about that big. I can run them in here to give off a nice, really bright effect, and that's what we want. Give it more of a refrigerator kind of effect. And we already frosted doors already. This is going to have its own little box to itself. We got to put this in a little box. Got a little sticker on the back of it. But it has to have its own little box to itself. I want something to its side over here so I can just flip it up and just bing, press it. I think for the Fallout PC, we're going to start working on that prop pretty soon. That's going to be the makeshift old-fashioned TV. We're going to make that out of a piece of Tupperware, some rabbit ear antennas, and we're going to pick up that radio, give it a little retro kind of nuclear look to it. So basically it looks like it's been sitting around for a while, and we're going to be putting a projector through that baby. Something small, just have to put a little image in the front. And the radio basically is does downloadable music. So we're going to play that song, The World on Fire. I think it is, or Set the World on Fire. We're definitely going to put that on there. So that's a pretty cool project we're working on next. These are just building the props for what we're designing. I should put the Fallout PC in an old radio. Literally, I should just find me an old radio and put the TV on top of it and just build the whole entire PC inside of an old radio. That would be freaking sick. Or some kind of wooden cabinet system or something to make it look realistic. I need something retro. Never did a wooden case PC. I didn't want to do one. All right, let me see. Where in the world is... I had it down here, then I lost it. I had this really cool screensaver I wanted. Now, like I said, this we're not going to be using too often. Once we finish the table, we can put it on the table. This will be hooked up to a projector that will actually hit the table. Which I'm going to go with the 500 lumen LG projector. That'll hit my table quite nicely. And then 2 Pico projectors for the high parts. But until then, we need something really cool on here. Now, I found some of that silicone that's basically, it's not so strong as the other one. So we do have to cover this part up, and we have to ice this. We need icicles to come off here, icicles to come off there. We need it to look super frosty. But, you know, we got time to get it done. And in between, I gotta go do an ultra. I haven't had time to do the ultra short though on that one because I've been waiting for parts and getting everything ready. So we'll get around to doing the ultra short though. We got plenty of time. We're in no rush. Here we go. All right. I like this. Can you give me? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, give me this. Let me see. Jump to my desktop. I love it. I freaking love it. I saw this. I thought this would be freaking cool for our freezer unit in the refrigerator. All right. It's kind of like when I built the BioShock PC. I had the big guy, Big Daddy, coming through. I got to do one of this one. I got to do a Big Daddy punching it. That's why I want to build cases out of plexiglass. Out of plexiglass, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. So I can have the Big Daddy's drill punching right through the glass, so it's actually on the other side, but it's easy to do with plexiglass. And then basically we have to seal it up so no liquids, nothing gets through whatsoever, and we fill it with vegetable oil. And you can see the Big Daddy's drill push through the other side. The glass, have it cracked open. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah. Got it up and going. Right there. God is amazing. Man, I think back, man, when I was young and I wanted to build a computer, I wouldn't have known any of this stuff at all, period. None of it all whatsoever. None of it. None of it. I didn't understand any of it. I tried. I tried really hard to learn it, but it just didn't click. Got all that overnight. All overnight. Yep. And the ability to memorize all my parts. Because most of this is going to come down to is just memorizing your parts. It comes down to knowing where this goes to what and that goes to there. Same thing, you know what I mean? Same thing. All that comes from God. I've never seen what the mods that they have that you can add to your PC. I mean, I'm not talking about just basic build, I'm talking about mods. There's a section for all kinds of stuff you can do to your PCs. And the buttons, man, they didn't change them out. But I remember the buttons, when I put buttons in, it was just one kind. That's it. It was just one button. That's it. That's all you can put in. Man, there's so many versions of these things. It's unbelievable. I like the one they have for the Fallout. They have one like like you hit the nuclear bomb. Oh, it's insane, man. It has this huge plastic yellow kind of box, and then it has a big red button on the top. And you have to actually lift up the protective shield over top of it to hit it for the computer to cut on. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta definitely have it. All right, so I'm gonna shut this down. Figure out where my legs go at. Yep, wrong keyboard and wrong mouse. I'm very happy with it. Let's shut her down. Really, really happy with it. Yeah, take your time. Go in there. Learn something new. You'd be surprised. You're building your own machines in no time at all. Once we upgrade these, you can run whatever you want off them. 1660s, you can run pretty much whatever you want, to tell you the truth, honestly. Like I said, I'm running on here on high settings. On this one right here, I'm running the 1050 on there, and I haven't even updated it yet. Yeah, I still forget to update it. I literally forgot to update it. But yeah, I'm running it on there. Not even updated. And it's running nicely. You know, you don't need all that power. You don't have to have it, you don't want it. Not necessary. I'm not playing the game right now. I got to figure out exactly where these things go at. As a matter of fact, let me see. Because I need my LEDs on. So this is what? Negative and positive. But yeah, it doesn't really tell me which one's which. So let me see which one are you. You are for the lead, power lead. Alright. I'm going to take a guess here. It doesn't tell exactly where this goes at. Just out of curiosity. Lesson to be learned. Do not put switches next to the freaking DIMM slots because it makes it a headache to get them in there to plug them in. Because the DIMMs are in the way. Ugh. When you put the ramp, come on, man, seriously? I gotta figure out how to get this in here now. And if I got it wrong, I take it back out again. Gee whiz Louise. Keep them on the outskirts, man. It's so much easier to get access to them if you keep them on the outskirts. Nice board and all, but chihuahua. Really. I like a freaking nightmare on this, man. Am I in there? I don't even know if I'm in there or not. I think I am in there. I'm sure. I might have the wrong side. I might have the right side. Don't even know. I'll have to find out. I got it powered back on. Oh, I should have did this before I actually came out and did it over here. No biggie. No biggie. I'm not sure my lights are coming off. I've got to build my separate compartment for that. See if this works. No, it's cut on, but it's not there. That's not it for the lights. So they're there somewhere. Just have to figure out where that LED power light comes on. So it's not you. Yeah. Jerk will put these things in the dumbest section. Like, seriously. Why would you put the pins there? Of all places, pins should have been somewhere completely away from this, so you're not bumping into that at the end of the day. Gee whiz, let's do it this way. Alright, let me see. I want my lights to pull, man. Gee, they're stupid. Jeez. And you gotta try to squeeze around that right there to get to this. Because he put the pins right there. Like, why would you stick the pins there? Like, why? Let's just be a jerk about it all. And let's just put the pins in the most jacked up area we can possibly think of. Nice board though, but still, why? Why stick the pins there? I freaking play operational in this, man. Nice. Oh my goodness, I swear. Alright, we're not there. It's definitely not that. Not on that side. I'll tell you that much. I have to guess it's over here. So let's play a little operation. Operation, you gotta run. Not there yet. That's I got the negative and positive switched up. Jeez. That's what we'll do. Stick it in the most jacked up area we can possibly think of. We'll stick it over there. Nothing. Oh wait. Okay. Timed out on me. Alright, let me see what we got going on here, because I got a little bit craziness going on in this. Alright, that's not going to go there. That's in the wrong section. Oh, man. I tell you. I freaking tell you. Alright, give me the whatchamacallit, because I'm going to do it this way instead. Wait, but there's 4 pins. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense at all. That's just backwards on so many levels how backwards that is. Why would you do it that way? Gee whiz Louise, seriously. Jerks. Freaking jerks. Why? Where's the freaking pin for this thing at, man? That's what bugs me at the end of the day. Simple. I understand, don't get me wrong. I like building PCs, but sometimes when you buy boards do some of the most weirdest stuff you could possibly think of. Where the freak is the whatchamacallit at, man? I just had the part for this, man. Where is it at? I literally just had it. Right here. Where does it go? Oh, I know I didn't tuck it away anywhere else. I definitely didn't do that for a minute. Alright, just a part missing. Something I need. We didn't put it in here. Gee whiz. Where did I put the part? I already had it. There's a piece, like an adapter piece that snaps on top of that, but I don't know exactly where I put it. I know I put everything in here. That's the case screws. Where did you put that box at? You put it in a box. I'm trying to figure out, I put it in a box. I'm trying to figure out what box I put it in, because I got parts everywhere. Or I put it somewhere. It would have made it easy for me to attach to that piece. And now I can't find the part. That's just freaking fantastic. Okay. So now I want to. That's why I gotta put everything in a box. If you don't, do stuff like me. Alright, let me see. Everything here, nothing there. No parts there. I know I had it in a box somewhere. I know. For a fact, I put it in a box. Just trying to remember what box I put it in. Got boxes all over the place. It should have been in this box. This is where it's in it. That's I put. Oh yeah, no. Oh no, okay, I found it. I put it with the motherboard screws. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm trying to figure out how this is supposed to work. Does this actually does work? I'm curious. This would make it a lot more easier. All right, I gotta figure this one out. That sounds pretty interesting. Let's see if this works. I'm curious if this actually works. If this little piece actually works, this will make my job so much higher because this will actually be a bridge to pick it up, to bring it out. So this would make it so much easier. Make sure we got this right. We got how many pins here? 2 pins in there. Hold on for a minute. We need freaking magnifying glass. Let me see. I can't see this too well. Let me see. We've got 2 pins. I'm pretty sure that's 2 pins. I want to make sure. We got 1 pin on the outside. 2 pins. So is that center to the centerpiece? Just out here. Let me see. It's in there, man. It doesn't want to go. Alright, let me see. So that's where the blue is at. So there's 3 pins, which means this has to land right here. Alright. So that's the power. Alright, so power is basically going in the 3 pins here. Alright, so if that's the case, we have 4 pins at the bottom. 4 pins at the bottom, 4 pins here. I hope they're right on this, because this doesn't even sound right. I'm gonna see. Well, wait a minute. If I put this here, how am I gonna put the plug in for the USB? There's no room for the USB plug at all, period. If I do this. And you can't put it there, and you can't put it in here. Oh, that's freaking weird. Sorry, people, I'm not trying to use that word, but you've got to be freaking kidding me. We can't be on the same page. That can't be right. That looks so awkward, it's not even funny. It's scaring me at the end of the day. That doesn't even look right. Of course not. I'm thinking like there's no way in the world that's possible. Alright, let's take it out. There's no way in the world that's possible. And if you're talking about here, if you put it here, you're definitely going to be blocking the USBs. I swear. No, that's not even going to work. That is not even going to work. That's not even close to what's going to work at all. It has to go in here. That's where it has to go. Alright, so it's crazy. This adapter is impossible. This is not going to work. If you put this in here, it blocks the USB port. So there's no way in the world I can connect my USB ports, add my extra USBs with this, because it'll block it. It's freaking stupid. This is why I say I like it better when people tell the truth and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's easy to build these things, but it makes it a lot easier if they mark stuff. That makes it so much easier. Power LED. So why don't we just put this all into one unit? Why would you just put a power LED? You got the whole freaking operating system. Like, really? Oh, why would you do that? Stupid. Just basically stupid. Alright. It's not a headache, it's just a what you would mark these things. I know where the power goes at. Thank God I didn't put a hard drive indicator on this. It's been a freaking nightmare. Let me see. Would it be that? That would be weird if it hooked up that way. But I'm curious if it does. I don't know why. Sometimes it's telling me it's that way. And for those who are saying, what about instructions? No instructions came with it. You got to figure it out yourself. Pretty much. When you're dealing with boards, this is a different type of board. I got it from overseas, so it was much cheaper. If you can't get the hard drive lids to run, I got another way again to run. It's not a problem. I can always get around it. I'd rather have it hooked in here, which would be kind of nice, but we can get around it. I'm trying to figure out which one of these are going to flash. No, not gonna happen, Captain Flash. Alright. It'd have been so much easier if they would have coded these. We did no such thing at all, period. None of thing. It would have made my job so much easier. Alright. Gotta find something. Let me see. Gotta have something here. Just this. Just that. Power supply. The adapter. Liquid cooling system. Oh, yeah, don't lose this. Driver for liquid cooling system. No driver for what can count for the what do you oh, if that's for the case. We can make my job more easier if you learn to market. If you learn to market. Learn the market. If you learn the market. Ah, my goodness. No, we did not mark anything at all, period. I'm very lucky I was able to find that. So, the indicator we need for this thing to light up would have been like much easier. It came with some sort of instructions for me. Very nice. I mean, fantastic. The extras. Super peachy. Oh, it's Joy. It's all in Japanese. That's freaking amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to figure this out even faster. Because you know why? I speak fluent Japanese. No, I do not. Yeah, but if you put this here, there's no place to put the freaking USB headers at. There's nowhere to do it. So where's this going in at? And the power supply doesn't even connect from that side. Now, for those of you thinking at the end of the day, oh, it must be easier. You're going to run into stuff like this, so you best learn it. You have to learn that's what this teaches you at the end of the day. Yes, it's frustrating sometimes, but this is what you'll have to learn. Let me see. R&B. I'm looking at that right now. So you're not giving me, you're not telling me exactly how these things are sliding in. No, it's an adapter for the, okay, I see that. We told me nothing on this, wording. Told me absolutely nothing. The power supply is good. I'm trying to get the LEDs to activate. That's what it is. I'm trying to get those LEDs to activate because I would love to see my LEDs activate on my power button. That's the reason why I bought the LEDs on the power button, because I wanted to see them activate. But the motherboard issue we have here is the fact that they put this right in this little crevice in here. Like, why would you be a jerk and do that and put it right in there, right in that little area? It's supposed to be somewhere up here. That's where it's supposed to be at. Which makes it much easier for you to see what the freak you're doing. And if I had it laying down flat, it still would have been a freaking headache to get to. Let me see. What we have here. This right here is, sorry about that. Where's the negative and positive? Alright. Really? Oh yeah! What the freak were you thinking at the end of the day? Haha. You. I heard you say. I don't know if I got this right or not. I really don't know if I got this right or not. I'm gonna figure it out. All the part of it all. About learning new stuff. Let me see. Power's operating. My leads aren't clicking. So much easier to market. Majority of most boards you run across, this is a board from Japanese. I guess it's just a Chinese board I got at the end of the day. It's cheaper. It runs sufficient. It runs nicely at the end of the day. The only problem is they don't mark the hits sometimes on these boards. Now, if you would have got something like an MSI, one of them, at the end of the day, all they're marked. Every single one's marked. Boom, 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 boom. All marked. Easy to put in. You're done. That's it. But these right here, these are different. But the cheaper boards. Much cheaper boards. A lot less expensive than paying $190 or $200 or $300 for a board. So that's good for that whole freaking connection bingo, pretty much. Okay. Oh, we're loading. They would have made my job a lot easier if they just would have marked everything. Which usually that's what they do, they mark them. So you know exactly what you're freaking hitting at the end of the day, instead of trying to guess it all, because they didn't mark the hits. Because they didn't try doing it. Just be lazy about it, and start marking. Just a moment. You better not ask me that dumb question at the end of the day, because I'm definitely going to reboot you. I'm about to say, man, so my licensing here is legit and it's good. But don't come in like, hey, would you like to update something? Don't do that. Because then they'll be telling you like, oh, your operating system is invalid. When it's not actually invalid, they get you to go buy another operating system. They don't even bother with it. That's what happened to the other one. I did a little update on that. All right. This is negative and positive. Ugly joke. I just want to grab the graphic card and pull it out for some reason. Oh man, jerks. None of these indicators are working at all. I can literally take this and rewire these somewhere else and get it to run with no problem. That'd be just stupid. Why would you even have it that way? Alright, we can just squeeze this in here. Let's see what happens if we squeeze this right up against C. Maybe it'll work. Maybe we'll go through another screaming nightmare of this. That's one. The indicator flash. Let's get this last one in there. And how did you like our report? Board's fantastic, but you guys are freaking jerks. Probably will laughing their butts off when they're soldering this all in like, yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time getting that in there. Are we in? We're on this side. So guess what? Nothing. Nothing on the indicator. It's not flashing. It's supposed to be blue. Blue. I tell you, blue. And we got no blue. So no blue there. No blue at all. Period. No blue at all. Only you. Alright, so let me see. We have two near the far end. Could be that one over there. Let's go check that out. That's what you're thinking like the other day. I got a fantastic idea. Put it way over there. Anything on the indicator? Nothing. But there's one right there. Oh man. I'm gonna have to get some of those glasses. Got the little magnifying glasses on them. I had to get a pair of those. Alright, that's laying flat against it right there. There's nothing there on that one. At all. Alright. I gotta find one of these things are not even working on these. Like the indicators are not flashing, they're not pulling them up. And we have two on this side. So definitely can't be on here. So let's go. Try it this one. Nothing here. We have another one there. I think we have another one there. No, there's nothing there. It's just the one on this side. And the two. So the only thing we have basically is these two right here, which we know it's not that. And it's nothing over on this side. So guess what? They're just being jerks about it. Gee whiz Louise. And they gave me an adapter piece, but the adapter piece again, like I said, it's gonna block this right here is gonna block our whatchamacallits. Automatically block it. I'm gonna have to modify these. I'm literally gonna have to put in a mod job, modify this. Nothing there. Nope. Alright. Gonna have to modify the button. So I don't mind doing that. I mean, it's just extra work at the end of the day, but you know, that's the whole point of basically doing this kind of work is basically figuring it out. But it should have been easier. It should have been two. I don't know why they do that. Like, why would you separate it into two different points where you're going to have a plus and a negative? Why don't you just connect them together? They're both going to go into two ports at the top that says negative and plus, or plus and negative. Positive and negative. It's going to be right there. Why separate it? You're going to put one in there and then try to get the other one in there. Gee, where's Louise? Why would you even do that? Same rant I have basically taking apart the Xbox 360 when I saw that the optical drive was sitting right on top of the GPU. I was like, and it had metal plates in it. I was like, why would you put that in there? Like, why? Like, you just want to go up and just smack that person like, psh, the freak were you thinking? Why would you put that in there? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah, it's not a good idea. It's an idiot idea. Nothing. A pain in my butt. Nothing. Indicators are not even freaking triggered. They're not even triggering at all. Nothing. Nothing's triggering. Nope. Nope. Oh man, I tell you. So if I have to mod this part out, I just make it so easy. Plug it in, done. Gee Sheesh. It's been right there. I'm trying to land that pin. Got this freaking stupid freaking whatchamacallit in my face, man. Dumb freaking. Why do you even stick that there? It's beyond me. I wish this was an American company. I swear I called them up. Why would you even stick it in there like that? Like, why? Alright, that adapter piece, I'm not feeling it because I can't get access to something. It's going to block it altogether. Got 4 pins here. I swear. Freaking unbelievable. It should be simple. It should be super, super simple. It's a button. Then you're supposed to have the left and right and this indicator. That's it. It should be easy. Very, very easy. You should not be going through all this. Seriously. Why would you do this? One day when you come across PC parts, you will come across stuff like this every once in a while. But you gotta ask yourself, why would you do this? Unbelievable. It's making it extremely difficult. This is what I need time travel for. I literally need time travel just for this. So I can go back in time and find people doing dumb stuff that they should not be doing and just smack the daylights out of them. Like dumb stuff that you know is going to cause you headaches in the future. Dumb stuff. Like, really? What were you thinking when you came up with that ingenious idea at the end of the day? And just smack them. Me, I'm from the future. Freaking idiots in the day. Why would you, all places to stick the pins at, you would stick right in that little area over there? Oh my goodness, man. Freaking unbelievable. Oh, glad we ain't gonna short out the board in the process of doing this. I'm scared to death when I short the board out. This thing's been shutting down forever. Shut down. Hit the kill switches in the back. Man. Like, look at this freaking nonsense. Look where they stuck the pins at. Right in there. Why would you put them in there? Of all places. Why would you stick pins there? Why wouldn't you put them there? This would be a perfect place. I can get access to that. There's nothing I can get access to that. They could have put them up here. No, they stick them right over in here. Gee whiz, Louise, I needed to tell me I'm use a time machine for it. I would go back to the date that somebody basically soldered this in and going to smack the crap out. Like, what was that for? Did you test this out? You know how hard it is to get your finger there? Good thing I got freaking thin fingers at the end of the day, because man, if I had big fingers, that would be a freaking headache right now. I'd be in there with the tweezers, man. I'm doing surgery in the room. What the freak are you in there doing surgery? It's got to be done. I can't figure out how to get it done. And then they came with this ingenious idea, like, okay, we'll basically put in this extender so we could bring this piece higher up so you can get access to it. Here's a big brainy for him. Don't put it there. Put it up there so that way I can get access to it. Freaking jerks. Jeez. Yes, you will run into crap like this from time to time. You will. And then look at this dumb nonsense. Freaking idiot. Look at this. It freaking blocks the freaking USB. How are you going to plug the USB if you got that corner piece right there? They're just these, man, I tell you. I was wondering. They're just these. Sometimes you just got to wonder, man. I swear you just got to wonder. You're just looking at that. I know my monitor is cleaning. Like, you just dazed. You just got to think at the end of the day, like, what the freak? Really? just some days you have to just think at the end of the day, what is wrong with people? And then these jokers make this adapter piece. Like it's like almost like they're both working together. Like, okay, we'll figure a way how to basically make this a freaking headache for this guy at the end of the day. So where is this going at? Okay, so it has to be here. This is where it has to be at. It's going to cut on? No, it's going to cut on from there. All right. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to work because the connectors are not even being touched. Is it going to cut on here? Let's try this. No, can't cut on. Because the connectors, sorry about that. The connector's in the wrong spot. All right, let's just humor this. What about over here? Nothing again. Interesting. Interesting, because the connectors are up there. Negative and positive. It's not even connecting. All right. That didn't work. Let's try over here in the middle. Try this. Now again, nothing at all. All right. Let's try it this way and see what happens. It's connected this way. See what we get from here. Well, that worked. Yeah, because I was in here spazzing up for a minute. Like, what about this? Ah. That's a little interesting. See, that's the one thing about PC. Yeah, you do go a little mad from time to time, but you do figure out some pretty cool stuff. Oh, wow. How the freak they do that? Well, it's egg on my face at the end of the day. You learn a little humility, and you learn something too at the end of the day. Wow, that is freaking interesting. All right, then I won't be building a time machine to go back and... Sorry about that. Wrong choice of words. We don't know how to build a time machine. Forget what you heard. You heard nothing. Nothing at all. Not a thing. Nothing about time travel. You heard nothing at all. You know, it's funny. I brought that theory up when I was in the doctor's office or hospital, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But anyway, I brought that theory up about basically living under the ocean. I still don't know why it's not possible. I mean, come on. Seriously. Consider the fact that we got welding tools. There are guys that go underwater and they weld this and put that together and put that together. How do you think half those structures get built? For instance, oil rigs. How do you think they start building those things? They're right in the middle of the ocean. So how do they build an oil rig in the middle of the ocean? Someone has to go down there and do the welding job. Again, we can do this. It's not a problem. As in power, excuses that they use are probably doing this already. And they're putting something stupid in AI to make you think they're not doing it, but they have to do it. And we have the technology. You go to the aquarium. You're watching these massive whales, tons of water that's sitting right in front of you. If this thing wasn't safe, you'd be gone by now. And you ever heard of an aquarium cracking? Whales splashing all over the place. You've never heard of that, right? So, the same structure that you have the whales in is the same structure that you can build under the ocean to put people in. Same thing. Same thing. Now, as for getting air in and out of this unit, because again, you can't be stuck in some bubble somewhere, you can have a vent system, like they have huge, massive piping systems and cable systems and all kinds of stuff running under the ocean, but you'd be surprised that you can hook a huge vent system that comes up from one end, up another other end, and allows for it to draw air into it and push it into that bubble area where it's at. You could design something like that. It's very easy to do. A system that basically connects to it, some kind of, not like a bubble, but it's going to connect to some kind of like, I don't know, air filtration system or whatever, some kind of power plant, something, but it's designed to suck air out there, bring it down the tube system, into the system, and flush it through the area, much like how air conditioning works the same way. You stick an air conditioner out a window, it does the same thing. Same thing, but except for this is underwater. All right, now, as for power, you have endless power. Endless. You're in the ocean. So easy. Easy to build this. Simple, easy. Simple, easy to build. I'm going to build me a small model. Watch. I'm building me a small model for it. Watch. And show you how easy it is. I was explaining to somebody in the in the office, and they were like, that's not too far fetched. I mean, that actually can be done. Yeah, it can be done. It's very easy. It's the same thing about basically learning how to direct water so it becomes a concentrated force. Like I told you, the guy wanted to build the waterfall, have the waterfall. He couldn't do it because he didn't have a waterfall because he needed a 20-foot drop of concentrated water to hit the paddles to get the generator to work, right? The turbine to work. But if you basically can draw water, you have a good amount of water coming from a stream, a rushing stream where water is pushing through. So basically, you take that water, get a system, which is again a generator system, that pretty much it powers itself. It powers itself because water runs through it. It runs off a generator system. It pumps the water from the stream, pushes it right back up side a sliding board system because it has to go up. It can't go up straight up. It's not going to work at all. Period. So it has to be a bit of a slant. So it forces the water up. So the water goes up, and then it comes down slightly a little bit to add a little force to it and more push to it. And when it hits, it's going to hit this nice little kind of like barrier here in the front. And that's going to allow the water to curve and funnel. And as that water starts to funnel, it comes down into a solid tube. Instead of you spreading it wide, what's going to happen is your energy is going to be bouncing all over the place, and it's really not going to hit the paddle. But if you concentrate into one solid tube, that water is going to concentrate, push through that solid tube with a force, and it's going to hit the paddle and it's going to push. It's much like a garden hose. If you take a garden hose and you put it on sprinkle, you can turn it all the way up. It doesn't have much power. But if you concentrate it and you force it to one little hole area, it has a lot of power behind it. It's the same theory. That's it. Problem solved. And now he has energy. His pumping system's being charged by the water flow. Is pushing the water with more force up a slant, because if you do it this way, it's not going to happen, up a slant, and then you can slightly slope it just a little bit so you have force going straight down. And that's going to cause it to do that little spiral that's going to push the water into a small tube, a little larger tube, and concentrate it to the paddle. At a 20-foot trunk. There you go. Easy. Some people sit there and say, that sounds, yeah, it works. Trust me. I study all that stuff, and it's a big fascination of being able to direct water through pressure, gravity, and all that stuff like that. So, we'll be at just a few minutes because that's going to be a little easier now since we have that connector because it shows you how to do it. So basically, dome. This is your dome right here that you can be in, right? So you have to have energy in the dome to get the energy dome to run. So basically, water, which is the ocean right here, you don't want to make it too far down because again, you don't want to be that far down. You make a system that pretty much brings in the water. It has to come in on a slant like this, so water directs in. Now, keep in mind it can't be connected to the dome. Let's just put this separately. All right, so your water that comes down here, this section right there like this, and then what you're going to have is a pocket here, because you need a pocket right here to have the generator in, the wheel paddle system. Da 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 da. Water's going to fall from the ocean because there's plenty of it. It's going to come down through here, force, hit here, cause this to spin. So we don't want this to fill up because this fills up. This doesn't spin anymore. So you have to have a system down here, a drainage system that drains this water as fast as it's coming in and pushes it right back out to the ocean. Simple. Water comes in with a force because you got to give it a downward force. So it comes in, hits the paddle, paddle spins, and this can't flood because there's a pumping system that pushes that water right back out. Recycle energy. That's it. That right there. In order to get a turbine to generate energy, you have to get it to turn. Force of water, that's how dams work. So a force of water that's coming in, which is constantly going to be pouring in because you're in the middle of the ocean, it's constantly going to be pouring in. As it pours in, it pushes the turbine. As the turbine pushes, the water splashes off and hits down here to a suction system that pushes the water back out. Endless flow of energy. And that's enough right there to power your system. Look at the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam can power an entire city. Same thing. Easy. Now you get your dome system here. You can run the entire city, energy free. And you know the jacked up thing about it is they're going to charge you for this. They're going to literally charge you for this. It's free energy, and they're going to charge you for that. And if you're under the ocean, somebody somewhere is going to figure out how to make money off of it and charge you for it. Now, as in mind you, even if you're in a dome and you're charging energy through this dome, you're still going to have some kind of air in here at the end of the day, because again, you have to have some kind of fresh air coming in and out of the dome. And that's where basically a nice duct system, which actually you can put underneath of this and put it right here. We can travel all the way out here, and it can come up in other areas near land or somewhere where basically it can suck in fresh air from outside, much like how your air conditioning system works. It comes through here, comes out through here, comes up through here, and you can add in filters to clean the air and all that good stuff. Oh, 9 yards. Easy to do. Simple. That's all. It's not far-fetched. It can be done. It's simple and easy. And the reason why, because at the end of the day, they're probably already doing it. But how are they powering it? They're talking about solar panels and all that stuff. Solar panels are not reliable 100%, especially on a cloudy day. You're still going to basically drop. You need something that's going to be a force of energy, and it's going to be tons of it, because you're going to need lots of it. You can't be having brownouts and dark blackouts because you don't have enough power under the ocean. So in order to do that, this would work fantastic. Now, the jacked up thing about this is someone definitely is going to charge you for air. Yeah. Because air in here is going to be in here, but it still has to be cleansed. It has to be clean. It's like being trapped inside of a jar. If you're trapped inside of here, what the problem you're going to have is, sooner or later, oxygen is going to run out. Suffocate. So you have to have some kind of oxygen going in and out of here to keep this so you can actually live in this thing. Which means you're going to have to poke some holes in this at the top of this. You poke holes into it, air can get into it, oxygen can get into it, and you can breathe in that jar. Same thing like putting the piping system underwater and pushing it up so air can push in, but have a system that basically filters and cleans the air as it pushes through. That's it. You can live under the ocean. And the beautiful thing about it is the scenery is gorgeous. You're literally, I don't know why anybody would have a fish tank while they're actually in a giant fish tank, because literally that's where you would be. But the scenery would be gorgeous. What creature at the end of the day is going to attack it? We're not 2,000 legions under the sea. We're not going to have a giant squid come up and attack you. You're not going to have an issue like that. And sharks at the end of the day, like I said, they're pretty much provoked creatures. You provoke them, they're definitely going to jack you up. Pretty much most of the stuff in the ocean, pretty much, if you provoke it, it's going to jack you up. So you're not going to worry about anything like that whatsoever. How often do you hear of a submarine being attacked by a giant squid? Never. So that's basically about it. So yeah. I think it's possible. It can be done. Only problem is, it sounds like, it does sound a lot like, which is my favorite game in the entire world, is BioShock. It does. Because that's what the guy did. He was a multi-billionaire, trillionaire, whatever he was. And he got tired of the world. He got tired of everything just costing so much, and the government taking everything from you, and you having nothing at the end of the day. Taxes, they take on your land, everything. And it just felt like he was tired of it, and he thought he built this utopia under the ocean. And the problem is basically other people saw opportunity, like criminals. They saw opportunity too. Hey, this is an area, it's probably not well policed. We could run all our business down here. And, he went a little mad and got into some freaking gene slicing and some other crazy stuff, trying to get people superpowers, and they went nuts. That's where the slicers came in at. So basically, as long as people keep it normal, I mean, it can be a beautiful place, but, it just gives you the option at the end of the day. Because, again, man's trying to go into outer space, and technically, it ain't going to happen. Truthfully, it's not going to happen. You're not meant to go to certain places you're not meant to go. If you're able to outside the Earth and be in some space unit, that's as far as you're going to go. Literally, they talked about that. You don't have the ability to leave the planet. You can go outside the planet. You can go within the atmosphere of the planet. You can't technically leave it. If that was the case, and like I tell people before, and they don't believe, we had the same discussion in forum sites when they said we went to the moon, we've never been there. Never been to the moon. But people sitting there say we've been to the moon, let me explain something to you why. First of all, the technology. Our technology for traveling to the moon is far more advanced than it is back then in 1969. I think it was 1969. Yeah, around 1969. So 1969, you had to put a spaceship on a rocket and blast it in outer space. And then as it broke the gravitation pull and started to plummet it to the moon, because it has to break and it has to basically hit the moon, and then basically it drops, gravitation pull. It basically lands on the moon, All right, they walk around a little bit. They get back in this unit. It takes off. It basically travels to Earth, right? And then basically it's that gravitation and goes pushed right through and it burns into the atmosphere and it lands into the ocean and they send a beacon for the Coast Guard to come pick it up. That's really what happened, right? But today we have a shuttle which literally takes off by itself, right? Sits on a rocket, but it takes off and then it comes and it lands by itself. So our technology compared to 1969 is far more advanced. So how come we haven't been to the moon yet? If we were able to get to the moon in 1969, how come we can't get to the moon now? We have beyond that technology now. We're way beyond that technology. How come we can't go? They're going to wait till 2027. Why would you have to wait till 2027 to go? On top of that, flags don't move in outer space. You do know that, right? There's gravity in outer space. There's no wind in outer space. How is that even possible? For people have to understand, in a particular time when all this went down, you have to understand you don't have the technology we had now. If we had these cell phones and stuff, a lot of that stuff that went on in that particular era would not have flown from A to B. At that particular time, all news was brought by news, the media. That was basically about it. Media was instructed to tell the people, and the people believed whatever it said. Now, the reason why they had to do this is because of the space race, because Russia launched a satellite called Sputnik, whatever it's called. I think it's going to run that. But anyway, all kinds of speculation popped up that this was a satellite used to spy on us, but it wasn't. It was just something they did to orbit around the Earth or whatever to test something out. That's basically about it. But they believed, at the end of the day, through rumors, and rumors is a bad thing to pop up, that it was a spy satellite. And pretty soon, Russia was going to control outer space. How's that going? All right then. Anyway, so Russia was going to control outer space, and all these people got nervous and got scared, and basically something had to be done about it. So what do you think at the end of the day? Yeah, we never want that. We were in outer space. Yes, I believe we went to outer space. I believe we have a space station. There are people on the space station, but they're not on the moon. So let's get me straight. We can build a space station outside of Earth, but we haven't been to the moon, which we already been to already. How come we can't have a shuttle leave from the space station over to the moon? We've been there already, right? No, the complications and all that stuff. What? Too hard to get there, especially with technology we have today? Okay, sure. I don't believe it one bit. Now, for people to sit there and say, well, okay, what about Area 51? There's no aliens on Area 51. Do you have any idea? Let me put it this way. So let me get this straight. Aliens came down in the 50s, right? Roughly 50s in that time, right? How come they never came back? So you mean these explorers of space that have been everywhere, they got the whole entire universe charted, mapped out, and they don't come here? They're not afraid. Their weapons are far more advanced than ours. So what would they be afraid of? Heck, they can come down and take over Earth if they want to. It's an easy planet to take over. Our weapons are primitive. We got old weapons considered to what they're used to seeing at the end of the day. So yeah. Because there is none. So you mean to tell me that everybody basically out in the country gets picked up by an alien in a cornfield somewhere and gets probed? But we don't see none of these ships popping up in the city at all, period. And then people saying, well, we see alien craft. No, you're not seeing alien craft. You're seeing military test flights. You're seeing, that's what you're seeing, that are flying around out there. If in the 1950s they saw a stealth bomber, what would they think it was? Something doesn't read on radar. All black bird. This thing, it looks like a flying saucer. Today it even looks like a flying saucer. And you saw one of those fly over top your house. What would you think at the end of the day what it was? What if you saw a Harrier? Harriers can stop in midair. They could float. What if you saw one of those? Could explain it, right? No way in the world you'd be explaining anything like that. You would think at the end of the day that was a UFO. Heck, if that thing popped up in medieval time, they'd mistaken it for a dragon. So what you're seeing is test craft. That's all you're seeing at the end of the day. If aliens did exist, they would have been here now. You know what they do right now? They send radio waves, signals in space to see if anything would basically pick up and come back and see us. Nothing has come back at all, period. There is nothing in outer space, not a thing. There's no one out there living out there. There's no life form in any way whatsoever. Earth was designed for us and for us only. And the Bible speaks of no planet, no other planet at all, period. You're talking about Jesus Christ, that is God, that has the ability to go anywhere he wants to go. And he came to Earth. He didn't talk about going to Mars or Venus or the moon, nothing. He talks about Earth in the Bible. He didn't say, hey, I spent many days on the moon. I went here, I went there. So he came to Earth. You know why? There's nothing on there in the moon to preach to. There's no one there to save because there's nobody there. That's why he's on Earth. Did you ever think about that? A lot of people don't think about the big picture of that when that comes up. Didn't say that I went to other planets to save other aliens so they can have salvation, because there isn't any. It said God was made in the image of man. When Jesus came down, did he have like 8 arms and big eyes and all that stuff? No, he came down looking like us. There is no other. I mean, I know it's beautiful to think of. I think of it all the time. I think it'd be fantastic. Have a flying saucer flying out there and we to travel here and all that. There's nothing wrong with having imagination, but please connect it to reality, because again, there's nothing out there but us. We're the only ones. That's it. If there was, and keep in mind, something would have popped up by now. And I mean shown a strong presence. Not something zipping through the sky and bloop, bloop, bloop. That's basically about it. No, something would have came down and showed a strong presence. You know what I mean to tell me you're an explorer of galaxies, so that's what they do. And you mean to tell me you're just going to pop, zip, zip? No, you're going to come down full mothership and show exactly what you're all about. They would have made themselves known a long time ago. No, what you're seeing right there is basically experimental craft. That's what you're seeing. Imagine, like I said, stealth bomber. Imagine maybe in 1960s, stealth bomber blows to that area. They see it pop up on radar for a split second. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to contact the president. They're going to contact the military. They're going to figure out what the heck is flying around in their airspace, and they don't even know what it is. So they're going to set out fighters to go track it down. And those fighters are going to see something they've never even seen before. That thing's going to go off radar, because you know what stealth bombers are designed to do that. They can cloak. So when they see that happen, what's the first thing they're going to say at the end of the day? I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I was looking at. I can't identify it. I can't identify it, because they can't identify it, because the technology is new. They don't know what it is. So it's going to be claimed as a UFO. So if you had time travel capability and you took a stealth bomber or a Blackbird back to that era and flew that thing around, yeah, they'd be freaking out. Especially the Blackbird. You see how beautiful that thing was in there? They wouldn't be able to describe it. And of course, their technology wouldn't be to keep up to it. It's way far advanced than the planes that you have in the 50s and 60s. You never would keep up to something like that. No way in the world. So, again, they would basically describe it as alien craft. So, imagine what we're probably working on now. You know anything about the stealth bombers, and you know anything about the Blackbirds, and all of a sudden Blackbirds and stealth bombers, they pop up and you get a chance to see what these things look like. Oh my goodness, it's insane. I saw a stealth bomber one time on pieces of it they had on a truck, and they had these big trucks coming by, and I saw it didn't even look real. That thing does not even look real. It looks like some kind of alien craft. It's crazy looking. I've never seen anything like it. But again, like I said, they're working on technology you don't even know at the end of the day. They were working on basically guns that fire blasts of air. You know, air can kill you. You ever seen the Old Country for old men? What's it called? A guy was killing everybody with a freaking compressor and a tank. He was killing them with air. It was untraceable. That was kind of a genius idea too. But anyway, yeah, he's walking around with a tank, and somehow he modified it to kill people with air. So you can't trace something like air. They're building rail guns that fire huge projectile blocks. Punch a hole right through a chopper, punch a hole right through a tank. And it's been ammo. You can basically make the ammo by basically making these shards of huge pieces of metal objects. Like they did it in the medieval days. Not medieval, they did it in the, in 17th century or 16th century with cannons. They put silverware and all kinds of stuff in there and basically fire that thing off, and yeah, you have a lot of shrapnel coming at you at 100 miles an hour. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, there's all kinds of stuff that you don't know about that they're working on. And now you look at these machines we got now. Machines that they're not the machines from back in the day that basically, wobbled back and forth like lost in space. These machines work just like humans. They can climb stairs, they can open up doors, they can do all that stuff, just like you can. Jump, backflip, dance, the whole 9 yards. They even know how to celebrate when they've done something great. Party, dance. They know how to submit, sync, and communicate with each other. Yeah, so it's you gotta accept it for what it is. I know it's nice, and I love my favorite movie is Close Encounter of the Third Kind. I freaking love it. But the reality at the end of the day, no such thing at all. Period. They would have been here by now. Definitely would have been here by now. So yeah, everybody has their own theory. I go to different places and stuff. That's what I believe at the end of the day. And I got friends of mine who believe otherwise. We just talk. That's basically about it. That's what I believe in. And they give me their theory why they believe this, that, and the other. And I'm like, hey, I hear them. It's a possibility, but I know it's not a possibility. But at the end of the day, they want to be heard. And I got no problem with hearing a person's opinion. I'm not going to shut it down. And we're going to talk about it. And then, we're just going to basically, I look at it lightly. And they look at what I'm saying as lightly. As long as we can all have a nice discussion at the end of the day. But I don't really believe that aliens are true at all. That's why I said, why waste around in outer space? Got the entire ocean to play in. We've been in the ocean. We've been in the ocean multiple times. Everybody's been in the ocean. You know what I mean? Either you're snorkeling, you're doing something, but you've been in the ocean. We've been in the ocean more times than we've been in outer space. And the ocean still isn't fully explored. So why are we messing around up there when we got an entire ocean that we haven't explored? On top of that, consider the fact that how much gold actually sits in the ocean right now. I looked at that. It's a lot. It's a lot. You think of all the Spanish ships and all that time at that particular time. All those ships and vessels back then that were carrying tons and tons of gold that sunk by shipwreck that are sitting in the ocean right now. There's tons of gold down in the ocean. There's so much stuff down there. It's not even funny. We need to explore the ocean more. Now, do I believe in sea monsters? Sea monster is basically something that's huge, giant, and something we haven't discovered. That's what sea monsters are. Basically, is what it is. That's all it is. It's just a big creature that we haven't discovered yet. If we didn't know what whales were, we would basically claim the whales as a sea monster. If anyone saw them, like, oh shoot, what the freak is that? The biggest I've ever seen. Yeah, we didn't know what whales are. So we think these things pop up out of the ocean all the time. People get amazed, they take pictures with them, they touch them and all that stuff. So you're not fazed by it. It's a whale. But imagine if you never saw a whale in your entire life and one just popped up out of nowhere. It'll freak you out in the day. Like, what the heck is that? There you go. So a sea monster basically is just a big creature under the ocean that we just haven't figured out yet. Right? They make them look like they got giant rows of teeth. And of course, it's probably going to have giant. Look at sharks. And the sharks have what? I read up on that sharks at the end of the day. Have something like 15 teeth or something like that. They have something like so many rows of teeth. I think it's 15 rows of teeth or something crazy they have. But they have a huge amount of teeth. And keep in mind at the end of the day that if we never saw one of them, when the things come by and you see all the teeth in the side of his mouth, we would look at that and say, well, there's a vicious sea monster out there, man. This is huge. I couldn't imagine when people saw these wild creatures for the first time what they thought at the end of the day. Octopus. Good. Squids. Giant squids. Stuff like that. There are things, yes, in the deep of the ocean, deep down in the ocean. There are big creatures down there. But at the end of the day, if you notice, you don't see them up here at the end of the day because everything has its place. Certain animals can't survive in certain... Well, some animals have been able to survive in certain ecosystems. That's what they call the hybrids. That's the reason why they don't allow you to bring stuff over. So you bring something over like a spider, right? And this spider basically gets out and gets into the ecosystem, and first it's going to die. But if it lays eggs or whatever it does at the end of the day, the second generation lives because they become hybrids. They get used to cold and everything else, and And they get used to the environment, and now they're able to survive in an environment that they're not supposed to be in to begin with. And then you introduce something new to the ecosystem, which eventually is going to upset it. Like the copperhead. Remember those things? They still have them. Weird looking eel with a bunch of teeth. Yeah. They're in one part, and somehow they ended up over here. And these things are freaking brutal. But anyway, as I said before, it's just interesting. The whole thing is just all interesting. Now, where they say this goes to again? Oh, mother freaking Georgian ghost. I just had this in here. Oh, these are looser, man. These are much looser. Let the rant continue. Let the rant continue. Well, you know what? Let me just find out. Since it's in here, let's figure which one goes to power. Well, we had this. This is already in here for power. Mother George. I went through all that. What goes up must come down. Let me see. Yeah. But like I said, I'm open to all opinions, because why not? So it is. Talk about this. Talk about that, right? Everybody. No. 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 Okay. Oh. Yeah. I'm going through it, people. I'm going through it. Trying to figure out where these freaking phones going at. Get this thing to light up. No. Sheesh. Louise. Seriously. Why? 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 Why don't you just tape them together? It would be so much easier just to tape these together. Why? Nothing. Nothing. Give me this. 9 hours of freaking switches, man. Spend all this time on freaking switches. B and A. Alright. They're saying it's on the far end. Is it really on the far end? Or are you just basically just toying with me on this one? So let's go through this nightmare one by one. That's what we're going to do. One by one. Get up there. I've had enough of this nonsense. Anything yet? No. Nothing yet. Oh. That's the power supply unit right there. Nothing from there. Alright. Nothing there. Alright. Nothing there. Let's try this one. I swear I'm never going to forget this as long as I live. This is the stuff you don't never forget as long as you freaking live. This stuff like this. Once you do this, you never forget as long as you live. Because you can go back and say, oh, I've been through that nightmare already. I've done that one already. No indicator light. I swear if I take this and find this thing's a dud. Nothing. Alright, let's go here. Nothing. Alright. There's nothing there. I don't know what the freak they're talking about. Let's switch it around. Maybe we gotta do it this way. This will drive you to drink, people. I swear. No more Japanese boards. No more Chinese. I like these boards. I like them so much, but I think no more of these boards. No more. This is a freaking headache. Nothing. No indicator, nothing yet. Nope. No lights yet. I'm playing icy cozy and no traffic. Oh, yeah, we did put it that way, didn't we? Yeah, because we put it that way. But that doesn't make any sense. We only have 4 of these up here. Alright, let's do it that way. I got a funny feeling it's that way, because we did plug in and out on that one. Make sure we got it. Make sure it's going to go in that section right there. Indicator, nothing. Like I'm about to go, you did it, you sunk my battleship. Nothing there. That's a waste of freaking time, I swear. Keep working on something instead of going through this freaking nightmare. I could literally wire this in someplace else, literally, and be done with it. And it's still a pain in the butt. Even though they put this bridge in here, it is still a pain in the butt because these things are right on top of it. Still a pain in the butt. The power supply kicked on it. I watched that happen. That came on. But for some reason, getting these things to run on here, I don't think they. This thing is supposed to light up. I don't think this does. These things are. I think it's dud. It's gotta be because it's not running jack. It's not picking up anything at all. Period. It's not even flashing. Don't even have a flash in there. Nothing. Not a thing. Oh man, it could be worse. It could be putting together a UFO case with freaking no instructions attached. You know, I forgot. Instructions were in Japanese. Ah, it's IKEA all over again. Also feels like IKEA's furniture. I'm not saying all of IKEA's furniture is like that, but geez, I put together some furniture from IKEA, I swear. Nothing. I swear. Alright, I'm done with this madness. This is absolute madness. This is absolute freaking madness. This is not hooking up to anything, I swear. I don't know how many times I have to bounce this in and out of here. I'm going back to my original hookup. I'm basically going to wire this into something. So basically it picks up on this side with no problem. And that's what I'm going to do. It's a negative and positive, so it's easy to run something right through it to get it to run. As a matter of fact, I can run it through Molex. Because that is freaking nightmare right there. All together, it's a freaking nightmare. Make sure we get this in here. This right here, I don't know what the freak they were thinking. So basically, what we're going to do to make sure that powers up, because it's supposed to power up, it's a LED light, a LED indicator. That's what it is. So negative and positive. That's easy. I'm going to cut that, slice it, run a Molex into it, run it right straight to the power supply, so that freaking lights up. Because that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, that is a headache to get that in there, to get it to work. Let me see something for a minute. That's the reset. So that right there on the far end, that's the reset it. That's the reset. All right. This right here has to be power on and off. That's reset. That's power on and off because it just reset just a few minutes ago. So that's a reset. Because it was power off, this would have definitely cut off altogether. Yep, that's the reset. So the one on the far end is reset. So if that's reset, there's no way in the world that has anything to do with those LED indicators. And there's only two on that side. On this side, we have 4 on this side. So it has to be on this side because when I switched it over and I hit the button, it reset. So we know what that is right there. That's the reset button. Usually reset button and power button are right next to each other. Power reset. All right, that tells me right there from the door. So this nightmare right here is somewhere in between the back side of this because that's power reset. And there's no other pins on this side. It's just one single pin. And that can't be it. If it has a negative and positive attached, it has to connect in the 2 ports. So yeah, it has to be on this side, literally. But it's freaking, it's not hitting. Nothing's hitting at all, period. It's just not hitting at all. Oh shoot, what did I just say? Oh, keyboard. See? That's the power reset. So whatever is going on over here, this should have already triggered it and it should have came on. But the fact that it's not means there's something wrong with this. That means we have to get to slicing and dicing. Slicing and dicing. So let me see. There's something wrong here. Sheesh. Stick the motherboard. I stick it right there. But it comes out perfect. Dumb idea, I swear. So if this doesn't work, we're just going to slice it, stick it into a Molex, and be done with it. The fact that I had to spend this much time doing this is freaking nuts. Yes! Finally! Gee whiz Louise! That was a freaking headache. Yeah, I went through all that. It was a freaking headache. I was on that section. What in the world is that all about? See, this is the reason why you just be persistent with it. You will learn new things. You will. It does. At the end of the day, you're working with a machine. You see mechanics scream over stuff, and then like, what the? He's like, why would you put that there? Who puts it? Who manufactured this? And then they be calling up the company, like, really? This is how you made this? And then you go back and then basically figure it out. Everybody goes through whatever you're doing. Everybody figures it out. The point thing is, don't give up. Be persistent and push on. You will get it to work. I'm thinking like, well, slice and Molex this thing in, but nope. We got it to work. You will never forget this. This is a lesson taught in life. You will never forget this. I will never forget that as long as I live. Never. Like putting Linux, the operating system, in. You'll never forget that as long as you live. Never. Never forget it. Wow, man. 6:20. I've been cracking at this for how long? Yeah, I got it done. I got it done. What can Brown do for you? Absolutely nothing at this point. Oh, man. Thank you, Jesus. Man, that was a bit of an interesting ride. What the freak? All right, let's make sure we got this. Okay, so we're talking about here and here. I'm unplugging. I know. You're thinking like, Bird, you're freaking nuts to unplug that. I'm just curious, like, why did they just make it easier? Let's put the pins right here. It doesn't even make any sense. Why would you even do that? It's just madness. I remember the combination. I know how it goes in. So I'm good. So I'm just looking at this to see exactly where I'm at on this. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm at. I'm good. So I'm like, wait a minute. On that side, that's the reset button on that side. Yeah. This flashing. It's not giving me that solid blue yet. That solid blue. So that's not going to do it. Nope, that's not going to pick it up. Alright, just want to make sure. Big stepper. The other one was flashing. Just want to be 100% sure. You will never forget this as long as you live. The lessons I've learned. The lessons I've learned. Oh man, I'm telling you, I sat here so long. Kind of forgot what was going on behind me. What the freak is going on behind me? Yep. You want to see the instructions I have to go through? Let me just figure this crap out. So basically, this right here, the pin would be going in. See the two last ones? The problem you have is on the board, you got 4 pins, and you got 4 pins at the top, and you got actually 5 pins at the top and 4 at the bottom. So one's actually missing. So basically, if you look at the pins, these right here, that's reset. That's power right there. That's power right there. You'll see that's power right there. And then next to the top, this one and this one is negative and positive for the LEDs. That's what it is. Yeah, but it would have been so easy if they freaking marked it. Because they didn't mark it, which one was negative and which was positive. And you're like, oh, shoot. Like I'm backwards or am I forward on this? Yeah, and then they stuck everything right by that area right there. And the next time I make sure I buy a motherboard, I like their motherboards, just make sure to check where the pins are at. This one did it too. Let me see, this one, where are the pins at? Yeah, the pins are in the same spot up there with their water. But it's actually that one's a little easier because the pins are way up on here. Easy to get to. They tuck those suckers right in that corner. Probably sitting back laughing while they're putting it together. Like, look, whoever's got to put this together is going to go through sheer madness. Like, what the freak? What they do? Why they do this for? What's the point of it all? Why? That's why they stuck them over there. Let me see something there. All right. Let me make sure my case screws are at. They're basically not hitting anything. So, kudos right there. Kudos. You're doing liquid cooling, or make sure, not liquid cooling, but you're doing vegetable submersible PCs, make sure all your stuff is definitely hooked up before you drop that sucker in vegetable oil, because you will find out the hard way. And make sure those pins are clamped in nicely, because they're not, and they pull out, and your hands are going in vegetable oil. I'll put all my instructions in here. Oh yeah, that was super fun, super duper fun. It was super duper fun. So this right here is the, the driver came with it. So what I did was I took the driver, because these don't have optical drives on them. I took the driver, downloaded it onto a flash, everything, the whole setup. So now I'll just turn it to a flash drive and plug it in and be done with it. So that'd be good right there for that. See what I mean? Just be persistent. Yeah, there's going to be stuff you're going to run into. This is where you learn modifications, how to get around stuff. That's what I like about PC at the end of the day. Yeah, there's days basically that can stress you out, but the whole problem is learning how to solve puzzles. We're going through a puzzle process, but it feels like learning how to solve problems and basically patience. Even though it sounds like I didn't have a lot of patience, hey, I wouldn't keep cracking. I would have just left. I'm done. We'll do this tomorrow. But I'm one of those people that I have to get it done. It'll bug me all freaking day long. I have to get it done. Have to. Now this right here, this goes to the Dell right here. Right? We're going to use this because the Dell has a nice port right here. We can run this through, and we can get all our extra USBs on here. Woo! Because this just came with the USBs that came with it. And we want to basically utilize this part right here. We can use it for what we want to use it for. So we should plug this in and see what happens. It should work. Honestly, it should work. Besides all the crazy talk, it should work. Whew, man, I tell you, that was an interesting job right there. Pins. Now, is it usually that hard to put pins in? No. If you, like my boards, I got are Japanese boards or Chinese boards. I didn't change the Japanese, but I think which ones they are. But anyway, it might be easier for them on their end or over here. It's a little nightmare doing that. But it does work. You can get them to work at the end of the day. They will run. You can get it to work. It's just a little process to get to work. And then once you learn them, you don't unlearn them because I'm definitely never going to unlearn that as long as I freaking live. So it gives you no knowledge. And this is how you learn stuff basically when you're building PCs. Every time you run across one of these problems, you will never forget it once you learn it. And now you know it. So when you run across a board, if somebody could be having a problem, make a little coin at the end of the day. They'll pay you to basically go and put the board in because they don't know how to do it. Because it's a complete headache. And because you know how to do it, you can make money off of it. That's the whole thing about the PC. Because a lot of people don't want to mess around. They don't want to go in it. They don't want to touch this and touch that and feel they're going to jack it up. And yeah, there you go. I try to teach them. Tell you something. I try to teach a girl how to put in an optical drive. Pretty easy to put it in. Simple. Put it in. And this time it ran off Molex, not the SATA. So basically showing how to unplug everything, unplug it all, turn it off, take the door off. Basically you got the screws on each side. Some of them have the ones you just screw in, screw it out, pull it out. Pull everything out, disconnect your SATA or power supply, where you have it. And then basically pull the whole thing out, put it down. Then basically from there, put the new one in. That's basically about it. Load the driver in. That's it. And just gives you a little A, B, yes, boom, 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 boom. You're good. That's it. Show her easily how to do it. She didn't want to do it. She'd rather pay me $80 to go in. Mind you, they pay for the hardware. You don't pay for the hardware. They're paying for your time to install it in. So they pay for the hardware, which they tell you to pick out, and you go in and put the part in for $80. And I'm trying to save her some money, but they don't want to do it. Some people will learn, and some people don't want to bother with it because they're afraid they're going to mess it up. But you're not going to mess it up. You'll be great. You'll be fine. You see how many times I touch the board? I'm not even grounded right now. I literally could have shorted this thing out easily. But no, you're good. Trust me. You got this. You got this. You got to have the faith. You got it. You can do it. You can do it. I try to tell people, like, I can't build PC. You can do it. You can build a PC. You can. And once you start memorizing all the parts and all that cool stuff, then you'll be on your way. And then you'll be looking at console at the end of the day like, I don't need you. I can build. I can build. I can build. My sister's boyfriend, you can't build. You can't build it out. You can't modify, you can't build. Can you learn it? Heck yeah, you can learn it. But you get intimidated by the parts. Parts are your best friend. They're your best friend. Just like, when you got a taste of it, you open up your console, you put an M2 stick in, there you go. There you go, right there. Right there. Right there. There you go. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. What it is, what it was, what it will be, all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Very easy to do. Yeah, doing what's it called, a Rudolph the Reindeer. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. Remember that? Same thing. That's all. So easy to do. Now, if it was back in the day, yeah. Break open the soldering and breadboards, you're like, oh, good gracious. It was still fun back then. I loved it. Had to make your own circuit boards and all that stuff. I had a ball doing that. Electronics. That's what I was taking. I took electronics. Yep. Smelling the smell of old electronics. I'm opening up them TV sets. Them TV sets back then were murdered. Think I'm joking? See that big old red cord cable they had connected to the side of the tube? Yeah, you get electrocuted. Them suckers used to store electricity in them. Yep. Can't wait to get shocked. In the old-fashioned tubes. All right, people. Today, we built something nice. Yep, built something nice today. That's what we did. I include you in this because you built it with me. And yes, we went through the PC rant for a little bit. There you go. But I went through that with the Xbox 360s. I took one of them apart and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, are you freaking? My buddies on the next one like, what's going on? I said, man, what the freak? I was like, are you kidding me? They built it like this? Yeah, freaking optical drive was like inches away from the GPU. There's no way, mind you. They didn't have it all on one chip. They had it separately. They had the GPU in one section, and they had the CPU in another section. And the GPU had no freaking cooling on it whatsoever. And it had a big old optical drive sitting inches away from it. Then on top of that, they put in these stupid heat shields, which Dell was doing that nonsense. And the heat shield is supposed to reflect heat. Good luck on that one. Yep. They were supposed to reflect heat. That crap didn't work. You were slowly cooking your system. That's what you were doing. That's the equivalent of throwing your phone in the microwave, wrapping it up in foil, and putting it through a microwave. I was so ticked off when I opened up that box, I was like, oh heck no. That's the reason why they were burning out so fast. Then the thermal paste they put on it was cheap. Cheap thermal paste. But the one that scares me about the PlayStation Pro, the parts they put on that machine. And again, I can't wait to see it tear down. I want to see what's inside of it. Because my main concern is the cooling system. That's what I want to see. If that thing has the same cooling system, the same way as they did the PS5, welcome to Brick City. It's coming. You definitely get it. I showed you where the heat sinks can accumulate a lot of dust. So, with that being said, you're still going to have to get into those heat sinks and clean them out. If your fan's dirty, mind you, dust not only got in your fan, it got in the heat sinks. And if you basically keep cleaning out the fan and you're ignoring the heat sinks, they're just going to build up. And if they get down and anywhere near that power supply system, you're looking at a potential fire on your hands. There's no way for the system to breathe. And people sit back and say, I'm not hoping for Brick City, but it's coming. It's coming to a theater near you. Yep. Brickzilla. So there's going to be bricking left and right. Overheating issues, hardware malfunction. You're going to get the whole freaking 9 yards. I just made that statement. They got to stop putting freaking PC parts in these small little cramped cases and thinking at the end of the day this is going to work, and it's not. Yeah, gotta stop doing that nonsense. Get one foot in front of the other, and soon we'll be walking out the door. Boom, boom. Okay, let me power you down so I can shut you down correctly. There we go. And then I gotta go put this USB hook up in there. Yep. So yeah. I'm not wishing y'all to be bricked. I'm not. But it's going to happen. I'm not wishing no brick on y'all. That's a horrible thing to go through. That's a very horrible thing to go through. Have a system and you pay all that money for it and it just brick on you. That's horrible. I would never wish that on anybody. But it's going to happen. You can't do that. You literally can't do that. You can't be sticking these freaking high power parts in there and then you basically want to stick in a cramped section. You see, basically, you've never seen me doing that nonsense in the day. I literally went through that. One of my PCs shut down. You watched it in a live stream. It literally stopped working. The hard drive wouldn't load up because the system was overheating in little square boxes. But to be on the fair side, the box would run perfectly well if I didn't basically turn it into a gaming PC, which I overclocked some of the stuff in there, and it had some issues. Yeah, it was overheating. So since I basically changed the whole format of it being just a basic tabletop work PC, which wouldn't have needed to be going into an open case, it was perfectly fine with that. Going into a gaming PC means it requires more airflow. It requires more cooling. And guess what? I'm telling you, when you get Old MacDonald had a brick. E-I-E-I-O. And all this brick, he had a system. E-I-E-I-O. There's a brick here and a brick there. Here a brick, there a brick, here a brick, everywhere. Watch. You think I'm joking? Why do you think I'd spend the money for these cooling systems on here? Keep my system nice and cool. I'm telling you. And I'm going to have people come up there and chat and lie. Say, get mad at me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. How you know what you're talking about? What do you mean it's gonna brick? It's definitely gonna brick. Okay. Bricky brick. Can't do that. If that was the case, wouldn't you think they could build nice slim PC cases and stick everything in there? No, it's not gonna work out that way. I feel sorry for the people who paid all that money for them pre-orders, man. And they're gonna get home and they don't even know because everybody knows First System has bugs. Everybody knows that. Why would you go out and spend money on a system? Everybody knows First Systems always have bugs. Let me see. What are you? You're looking to be USB. Let me see. You have to USB. Yeah, you're definitely. Why didn't you call it blue? It's supposed to be blue. Blue. Because I know that's not USB. This is USB. Take one foot in front of the other. And soon you'll be walking out the door. I'm trying to rain on your parade, people. We're not. I'm just warning you. Giving you fair warning that this is definitely going to happen. That your system is going to go through a brick process. But, you know, Mom used to always say, hard hit make a soft behind. Nope. So, you'll figure it out. Let me see. You're supposed to be in there. But you're not fitting in there. Alright, then we're just going in and get this thing. Nope, I think I have to put that. Definitely a different adapter for that. I know you're not going there. There's no way in the world. Too many pins for that. Way too many pins for that. Pins for that. So no, we'll have to get a USB for this one. Does not want to fit in there. It's the size, and I had the other one fit perfectly. But nope, not gonna work. I'm not gonna force anything. Get in there. But yeah, I'm not trying to bust on your systems or this, that, and the other. That's gonna work. I gotta get one proper for that one. I keep forgetting Dell parts. Dell makes some parts and then fit their stuff at the end of the day. Freaking jerk move, Dell. Jerk move. Alright, let me see. Scissors. What have you found? I'm a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, they're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Be a Dr. Pepper. I miss the 80s commercials. 80s commercials were pretty good. I miss the 80s commercials. Today's commercials suck. They do. I love the 80s. 80s were amazing. I love the 80s. I miss the 80s. But Ken, if you basically don't have the 80s, you wouldn't have the technology you have now. I don't care. I'll take the 80s any day. What's it? River snow. Take the 80s any day. I love the 80s. I'll take the 80s. Yes, I will. Long day, people. Long day. Spent 3 decades trying to get that thing to freaking connect together. But, good thing about it, I'll never forget it as long as I live. When you do something, have to do something bizarre and crazy, and like, oh my goodness, look what I just went through. Well, I can tell you one thing, I'll never forget that experience ever again. So if you ever pop in this situation, you know what, I know how to do this. Trust me, I actually went through one of these things before. I got this. Yeah. How did you learn all that? You wouldn't believe what I had to go through on this. Like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, never forget it. Up here comes the giant crocodile tiger. Crocodile tiger. That goes a crocodile tiger. Crocodile tiger, take a here, crocodile tiger. Crocodile tiger. It's not a crocodile key, it's a crocodile tiger. Remember John from freaking Ren and Stimpy? Yes, dangerous. Crocodile Stimpy. Crocodile Stimpy. Talking about the Animal Planet. Dangerous. Fearsome. Crocodile Stimpy. I love Ren and Stimpy. It was funny as on the what? Gross, but funny as on the what? Cow and chicken. Some of the cowardly dog. I can't think of his name. I wasn't really big into his cartoon. My cartoon really, I like Invader Zim. Oh, I love Invader Zim was my shot. And freaking Ed, Edd n Eddy. That was my shot, man. I'm a big fan of Uncle Tournament, but I will stop a match for Ed, Edd n Eddy. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. A guy came in here and said one time that my PC was a piece of junk. Yeah. One of the haters came here and said, your PC's a piece of junk. Really? Interesting. Why wonder? Yeah. those two old machines you got under your desk. I underestimated my skill levels, do not. Oh, wait till we do the Fallout. The Fallout's gonna be nice. I gotta get the case for the Fallout. It's gonna have to be an old wooden case. I need something different. I need something different for Fallout. Definitely. And we got the Deep Six. Oh, Deep Six is gonna be freaking cool. Can't wait to show that off. Deep Six. Let's see what we're coming in on this one. All right. Oh, you stuck your box and you found one in there. Like, how the frick do you jump in there like that? Tells me how to get busted up. Busted up. Okay, so just a little bit more. There we go. Look like your PC is garbage. How dare you? How dare you speak of my machine like that? See, you have to understand. Anyone in my world in the day who builds PCs, anyone can assemble a PC. Or can you make it look like something that goes another PC? You have to be beyond the box. So that's what makes PC builders unique. Because some people just basically just put it all together and they're done. And some people are not satisfied with that. They have to build beyond the box. I like to build beyond the box. Dynamic. Got my piece. I like to build beyond the box. So everybody does something different. Some of them, well, like I said, I like to build beyond the box. That's where the world is at. Beyond the box. Do we have everything here? Oh, we got vote on this. Hello, my peoples. Hellos. My peoples. My people chiming in like, what you doing? Ever since I came out of the hospital, like everybody's checking up on me. I'm good, man. I am good. I'm building like it's 1984. Having a ball, having fun. Enjoying the Lord's blessings. That's what I'm doing, because this is what it is. It's God's blessing. At the end of the day. Yeah. It's God's blessing at the end of the day. Yep. I up to myself at one point in my life. Whoa, watch out with my fan. I got my fan system over. Yep. Never forget that day. Never forget that day. I even knew something felt different. Something felt really different. Didn't feel the same. My Lord came in, blessed my hand, gave me the ability to be able to build PCs. Man, I so badly wanted to be able to explore so much. I knew there was so much that I could learn at the end of the day on all the different places I could go and visit on a computer. You know? all the different books I can read and different places I can go to and travel. Oh, I can see outer space. I was dying to see outer space. You know, see the planets and oh, look at the Hubble telescope. All the crazy stuff I just wanted to do. Under the ocean, explore the ocean. Stuff like that. If I only had a computer. And at the time, computers were very expensive. And I couldn't afford one. Couldn't get one. And I had all these Tiger Direct catalogs laying around, and I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I can't figure out how to do it. I couldn't read a motherboard, nothing. Not a thing. And, you know, couldn't afford a PC, it was too much money. So, I remember reading my Bible. I bet your Lord was sitting up there talking, I'm thinking at the end of the day, I got something for you. Got something for you. Showing up. Showing up the next day, something felt different. Something felt really different. And first thing I did is I grabbed that Tiger Direct catalog, picked it up, and I knew everything in the book. Like, boom, it just hit me. Just hit me like a stack of bricks. All that knowledge. And I'm just going through booklet after booklet after booklet after booklet. Now, amazing that is at the end of the day. You don't have no skill level in building computers at all. And you have a clear conscience for about a minute. And you can hear the Lord speak to you and hear him say, what would you like? You know, because when I was reading from the Bible, I was reading it from Leviticus, and I was reading how the children of Israel had no skill level at all to be able to design the tabernacle, which was actually an amazing piece of work. So how in the world, it's beautiful how the Lord can take his knowledge, endless infinity knowledge, and give it to man, to give him the ability to build the tabernacle. I think for a split second I had a clear pathway of thought with the Lord. And I heard him speak to him and ask me, what would I like? Now, I could have asked for money, I could ask for anything I wanted. But I didn't want that. I wanted to build a computer. That's all I wanted to do was build a computer, how to understand how to build one. And I asked him, and he said it was done. So, all day long I didn't feel different. But I had faith that the Lord was going to give me that ability to build those computers. I knew it, I felt it. And sure enough, I went to sleep. The next morning when I got up, something felt different. Grabbed that magazine, and I knew. I knew I can read everything. I can read and understand everything. Everything. And as I went online, I'm going to all these different places like Frozen PC and Tiger Direct and all these different places I'm going to. And I'm understanding, I'm knowing it just that fast. All the information was processed in my head. And I'm sitting there writing down composition books on how I want to build my PCs and what I want to buy and put this together, put that together in different cases and all that stuff. And then finally, I was blessed to get a PC. I walked over to the thrift store and I found a PC in there for $50. And the Lord blessed me to be able to modify that machine, get it back online. And I finally got a chance to go and surf the internet. I was building my own machines at the end of the day. And then once I got past that point, the Lord, we weren't building cases, we were designing our own cases and coloring our monitors and custom coding our machines and modifications and all that stuff. And here we are today. Now, people hate that story at the end of the day because they don't like to hear about God, my Lord blessing me like that. That makes them angry. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I haven't got no degree. Just like somebody said, oh, you think you have a degree? I don't have a degree in chemistry at all, period. I understand how all that technology works, how light fusion, all that stuff. At the end of the day, I understand it all. And that's when I sit there and say my world's different from yours. Far different. I understand all that stuff. Anything that involves any kind of mechanical engineering, all that stuff, it functions in my head. So the Lord blesses me to have all that knowledge. Anything that I need to understand, the Lord makes it possible for me to understand that. I was able to basically put that garage into a point where basically I can get the temperature in that garage to stay nice and cool in the summertime. It was so cold in the garage, and the minute 12 o'clock hit, minute around 6 o'clock hit, the garage temperature started to basically drop in there. And it got so cold that nighttime I had to sleep with a blanket in the summertime. That's how well the Lord blessed me to understand how to insulate a unit. So when you were sitting there saying that I was sweating in the garage, no, that place was insulated. And the problem I had with the crickets in there, I prayed about the Lord and all the crickets disappeared. So yeah, that's right to understand. The Lord protects his people at the end of the day. Just like this computer I built, and went over here, you'll see many more after this, and all the technology I built in screens at the end of the day, all that comes from God. And people that are jealous and upset by it and angry by it, the reason why they don't understand it, and the reason why they feel that because they don't understand it, you shouldn't be able to have it, is because the Lord won't bless your hand. Because you want to serve evil. That's why you can't have that yet. You can have it. The Lord can give it to you, but you can't have it because you're too busy doing things you shouldn't be doing. And that's why you can't have it. The Lord has a lot of blessings for you. You can't have those blessings yet. You're not going to give to your child when they commit evil, when they do wrong. You're not going to bless them. You're not going to give them good things. That's not going to happen. Because they're not worthy of it. So, same thing happens. Same thing happens with the Lord. Let's go over here. Got this piece attached over here. Let me get this over here because I do not want that coming out again. Make sure I set it in nicely. I'm just going to put this little tab on it right here. Make sure that doesn't go anywhere. And that's how that works, people. Just like when your child gets in trouble, does things that they shouldn't do, you're not going to reward them at all one bit. You're going to punish them. That's what you're going to do. Lord can't bless your hand because it's one of the things you shouldn't do. You have to withhold. He wants to be able to bless your hand. He wants to give you good things, but he can't do it. So I have to withhold from you. There we go. There. Right there. Pretty soon we'll have this done down there. So I still got to work on that. But when we're not done, we're going to do our walls. All these are going to be done nicely. And you can do a nice little full job on each side. So it looks nice. And I can leave the gap there because I got to run LED lights and all that stuff through there. So that's going to be another job by itself to get done. Whew, man. So I got to order the fake ice cubes and all that stuff and get all that finished. I'll tell you one thing, that's an interesting job. So we keep this running. It's going to be running for quite some time because test that liquid cooling system. Make sure everything's running nicely. So let's go through a couple of days of running. Make sure everything's running nice. We still have modifications as again I want to put another set of fans back here. Definitely another set of fans right there. Power supply, that's why the power supply is not connected or not strapped down, because I do want to make sure that we're going to definitely take this out. I got a white one coming in. I want to take this one out and I want to basically change it up for another one, which is going to be about 850 watts. That'll run the graphic card. Because the graphic card I have is going to come from here to here. It's going to be a nice beefy card. And then we're going to do a PVC piping all through here and here and here. And then we're going to do our ice and frost system, which again, that stuff was pretty brutal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with basically a caulking and a mixture of really high glitter with glow. That's going to make it look really pull out real nicely. So that I'm definitely going to do. So I'm doing an interesting paint job for our setup. I'm gonna do a little white glow and some white glow and some high blue. So we're gonna do a nice little paint job. It's gonna be a little different, but it's definitely gonna work out quite nicely. I'm gonna find something clear that doesn't feel like it's melting in my face. We gotta get a stand. We have to. But yeah, that stuff was super freaking potent. Definitely super potent. Alright. Put everything back in. Let me see. All this is good. Where's this going to? Because we got all this is going here. Alright, let's do that right there. Microphone's running. That's all good. And this is going to. Oh, this is going over there. But that's. Look at this underneath. Just some wires and cables and stuff all over the place. The power cord is here. I get all this over here. Got a bit of a mess going on in this over here, this section. This we can't use. So that's going to be cool. We're going to get that USB part for that. Definitely need another USB part for that. Okay, let me get these put up real quick. All this going on. Let's take care of that. Let me get this thing out of the way. It should not be over there at all. Period. Yeah. It should be there. That's over there. It's supposed to be here. That's right there. And excuse me. Alright, that's all done. Alright. Oh shoot. This is going to adjust the cord that goes to that. This goes in here. Oh, these are for my cleaning system. Okay. Where's the vacuum cleaning system? That goes there. I don't know what those are doing up there. It's not supposed to be there. Alright, this back in here. I need these, because I gotta turn these into something. This is for the water cooling system that I'm doing. It's for the i7 setup. Alright, that goes there. And this is definitely done with this. Definitely done with this. That stuff is way too strong. Oh, battery's dying. I won't be people. Battery's dying. Sorry about that. Got my compressed socks on. I had to put those on right away. I had some, like I said, you don't know, I had some swelling popped up on my legs. Way too much salt. Let me see. What we got on here for a charge? 2. Okay, we're good with this. It'll work. Yeah, eating way too much salt. Way too much. Way too much salt. Yeah. I thought I was doing a good job at it. Doing an extremely bad job at it. And I caused some complications for myself. So, no salt, no more chips. On for a while. Now we got to make a button for a box now for our power button, which we definitely have to do that to make a button. So I'm searching for it. Something cool. No, you can't have that. You crazy? No, you're not supposed to have this at all. Choke to death on this thing, man. And they're fighting. No, you have to be in there fighting. And they're fighting a freaking twist tie. No. I want to wire manage that the liquid cool now, so we got everything wired in correctly. That was interesting. The liquid cool system was actually pretty cool to put in because yeah, we had to attach our fans and all that crazy stuff to it. But it didn't come with the daisy chain system that the other one came with, so that was a little interesting installing it. I bought a gun for Dying Light. I didn't know you could buy weapons for that thing, so yeah, you can buy guns and stuff. So that's a couple guns for Dying Light. Weapons is freaking die out. So surprised with this thing. I like the game, I do. Still interesting and different because I'm used to games, running gun games at the end of the day, but I do like it. Finish. That's all I've got. Gotta make a box now for our button unit. So definitely gonna be working on that one. Make an ice box unit for it. Oh, this is for the ship out for the customer. Right here. Decision I went with to go with the case. I like the case very much. I was going to go out and buy myself. I still got to go buy me one anyway because I got to do it for the Flex. So I'm still going to do it for the Flex. And that's my customer to their packaging. So I gotta go get me another one. I'm gonna put it over there. So I think with that one, we're gonna do the we're gonna do the Deep Six. We already got a case for the Deep Six because it has to be literally a tank to put that thing in the vegetable oil. But I want that over there on my stand. I don't want this over here with my own stand. I put it over there. But the next one we're gonna build the and we got the Fallout. The Fallout I'm going to put over there too because it's a radio and I want to have it over there too. So we'll put the Fallout unit over there. We're going to do the Neon Forest. So the Neon Forest is going to have a little bit of a combination added to it to give it a little bit more pop to it. So I can't explain to you exactly what we're going to do, but I can tell you one thing: it's definitely going to be pretty wild inside that case. So that is going to involve a lot of hand painting. A lot of neon paints and colors and stuff like that. Now the reason why, like I said, we're taking the time to build these projects because these cases wrap around gaming technology that we're working on, screens and stuff like that. That's what we're working on. The system that I'm going to be building for the desk, the tabletop unit, it allows me to game off of it, off here. So I can drag and drop images and all that stuff I can game off my desk. So I'm actually building a customized screen that I'm going to be using for my tape for my desk. And my projectors here are going to be put up high so I can basically see everything I need to see from there. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It takes a while. You know what I mean? I can't go in and set everything up and just be done because of the technology we engineer. You have to build some of the stuff because most of the stuff you can't find. You have to build it. So that's where that comes in at. And the 3D printed, still not, no, I don't want to 3D print anything. I'd rather at the end of the day build it, everything. I like to build things piece by piece. That's like they make in 3D print homes, to 3D print a house and all that stuff. I'd rather build it with my 2 hands than basically print anything out. I mean, to other people that do it, I mean, it's fantastic. I think it's amazing. But for me, it's not for me. I'd rather build it with my hands. That's how I'd rather have it. That's just me. But I don't want anybody taking it the wrong way by going, oh, he's putting people down at 3D print. No, I'm not putting it down. It's just that I'm a person who likes to work with my hands. I'd rather build it. That's what I'd rather have. You get more experience on something when you build it with your hands than when you print it out. You know, back then, before the 3D printing machines came out, people made those models at the end of the day, and they made them basically by sculptures and clay and stuff like that. So, you know, that's what I'd rather do. But you learn how to write in cursive. You know, if you tear that up, I think just cut that out. I'm telling you, stop tearing that up. That is not yours, that's mine. Tear my floor up like that. What's wrong with you? Cut that out. But, like I said, you know, they don't teach cursive in school anymore, which is a crying shame that they don't teach it. But your kids should know how to write in cursive. They should. All that abbreviation text at the end of the day, man, it basically shortens your vocabulary. You know, you have to know how to write in cursive. When mother was coming up, it was mandatory to know how to write in cursive. Now today, some kids can't write in cursive. They don't know how to. But you should know how to. There's a water bottle. Definitely put one of those in there. Yep. I had somebody tell me that, oh yeah, remember, yeah. Somebody I was talking to at another place who would tell me about it. Somebody came in and they couldn't even properly fill out a job application because their writing was off. They don't know how to write in cursive. Write in cursive. You have to learn all that. But they used to teach that. Now, like I said, they don't only do it too much anymore. Okay. Sorry about that, people. Everything's situated up here. What do we got going on here? Lights coming up and look for all blue. Thank you. I like these, man. These are pretty nice. It takes me to take these home with me. These are fantastic. I like those. Ooh. Man, yes. This is perfect. Perfect. I think I found my container I'm gonna put my whatchamacall in. My whatchamacall for my top. For my lid. I'm using this. This is absolutely perfect. Definitely perfect. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have to pull that out. We're gonna have to punch a hole through here, or right through here, and have it come out through here. Because it's a little dinky if I set it on top of here. That's going to look like you just set it on top. That's dinky. We have to have a hole come out from one check the other one. We have to do a tube system too to do it. So we'll disconnect that and put it back in. But yeah, I like that. I like this right here. We're definitely going to use this. So with that, I want to do something different. It has a nice little case inside, right here. Came apart too. Cool. Has a nice little case inside. We're gonna put a gauge in here, right here, like an LCD read gauge. You can buy them. They run off the Molexes. Yep. Power button's gonna have power to it too. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. That's nice. That's good. That's fantastic. We use that. That's perfect for our setup right there. Yeah. We use everything. This is next. You're going in here because you're going to be next with the setup. Oh, I'm gonna have to work with that stuff again one more time. I got a bottle and I gotta do. I gotta find something clear. I got something better than that stuff, man. This thing doesn't make it like it's killing me. That's what I need. Something that doesn't look like it's killing me. That stuff is pretty bad. I mean, you smell it now? No, you don't smell it now, but just in like the fact that you could. Thank you so much. So that's what they. I've been to this before when I came up to Allentown for the first time, and because being in that house and not getting out and walking a lot, my legs, my feet swelled up pretty bad, really bad. They swelled up, and I went to the doctors and they gave me some water pills, and then they basically put me on. I had to get some compression socks. So those things are fantastic. So I went through that because I was eating way too much salt, and I was able to get everything back to normal. That's why I went to socks again. So I didn't shop or anything for no one. What's your box boy? Box boy. Topper's a box boy. Are you a box boy, Topper? Are you a box boy? That's what you are, a box boy. Okay, box boy. Simple. Yeah. Inside your box, it's funny. What you doing in there, box boy? Inside your box, an extra box? An extra box in your box? Oh shit, I was gonna be charged. Let me see, did I pull this out? I'm pretty sure I did pull the charge out. Alright, what do we got going on with this? What is this right here? Man, I need an USB, man. Definitely an USB. Let me hook this up to that charger. Is this the charge over here? Rather than get Taco away from me. Taco's right there. Fight my charge units. Fight my charge units. Why? Always fight my charge units. Bring you over here, and I think I'm gonna put that light system over here. I got an open area right there that'll work just fine for that. Let me see where you're coming in at. For some reason this one port over here, I don't know why. Keep being head away from it, and we'll be good. Yeah. Gotta keep the cat away from it. For some reason my cat has an obsession with my charger, and he likes to attack it. I don't know why. don't know what goes on in the States sometimes. I don't know why. Alright. That's running perfectly fine. That's already hooked up and assembled. That's done. Alright, so that's done. Man, I'll tell you something. This would be one of the, I'd say not interesting. I've done some interesting PC builds, but this one right here, different type of motherboard. I'm used to using MSI motherboards. That's what I usually use. But this is the first time I ever used one of these boards, especially with the micro ITX boards. Definitely completely different motherboard. So, yeah, learning as we go along. It's a different board. I like them better. I do like the micro ITX boards much better. It's a much smaller board. Definitely allows you to be able to hook up whatever you want with no problem. So I do like it. So still basically getting that done. So that's an interesting board. Like I said, the other boards actually have everything there for you to be to read out to put everything in, but these boards are a little different. Now I'm pretty sure if I got a micro ITX or a micro ITX board, that if I got it with the MSI, it would probably be easier to read, but it'd probably be a lot more expensive. These boards are pretty cheap, so you have to spend a lot of money for the boards. So that's what I like about them. And they do the job just nicely. Now, for the dual i7 setup, that right there is completely set up right there, different board. They're different. And on top of that, the power that those boards take are freaking insane, because I told you before, when I run the dual i7s in it, I basically are going to have a 500 watt power supply just to run the motherboard by itself, which is actually pretty crazy, but yep. Because it's running the dual i7s. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what kind of RAM is it taking, because hopefully it's not anything too expensive. Mind you, there's 256 gigs of RAM on this board. So again, yeah, that's going to be a little bit expensive. RAM always is going to be super expensive when you're definitely doing that much. And again, do we need that much? No, we don't. But might as well if you got the machine to hold it, right? So tomorrow we'll get a chance to work on more of the, I'll have the Ultra Short Dose set up for the new technology for the screen. That'll be done. But we had to get this done. This is my work PC and I had to rebuild it. Literally had to rebuild it. And it comes in handy. I'll tell you what, man. Hey, what's up, Bob Sport? It definitely comes in handy now to build your machines. There we go. I still have to go repair this one. The fan broke on this one, but that's an easy fix. That's why when I got the equipment to be able to work with the Molex adapters and all that stuff. How come this is not on? That literally should be on. And that's the reason why I couldn't get a charge on that side. Maybe the USB may be damaged. Is it even on? Look, man. Right here. I don't think this thing is on. Oh, man. Taco. Have you been hitting wires and cables again? Because literally, the surger is... Oh, okay, it's on. My bad. My fault. And then kids are having pulling cables out and wires and stuff. I don't know what the section of wires are, but he does it from time to time. But one time I'm sitting there trying to basically get the freaking printer to work the entire time. It's USBs are disconnected because he has to have it pulling wires out. His obsession with attacking my cables. You're good, you're very good, my fault. I didn't plug it in directly. Alright, people. That's done. Got that running on that side. Let's get that color to a solid blue. There we go. Solid blue. Jeez. No, not that color. Blue. There we go. Oh, man. This is the reason why I cannot wait. As soon as I get ad tech done, everything that has to be finished, finalize it, get all my contracts locked in, I'm going to my farm. I'm going to get my 200 acres, get my farm, and start building and working on technology I want to work, especially my barn. I can't wait to get my barn. I cannot wait to get this place. I can work with my technology, I can work on my experiments, I can work on my studies all day, all night, and there's nobody out there. Nobody. That's what I love about it. No one's out there. So yeah, nobody's out there. That's what I like about it. Work much better that way. Much, much better that way. That's the best thing I had in that relationship I was in. The fact that she was a workaholic and she was never really home. Oh my goodness, man. When the work I got done, yeah, a lot of work. That's why I was doing all those videos and stuff, man. But yeah, I get my barn. That's when I'm setting it up. I'm going to get a massive telescope so I can study the stars. And especially if I get something where we have some, like a lake or something where we have like a nice rushing river, that's fantastic for the hydroelectric energy and the water filtration system studies that I want to do. So that's great for that. Can't wait. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe if I get somebody to run the company, which would be much better, and then I can go out and explore and do the kind of stuff I want to do. Or I can basically just sell the company. But most likely, because I don't want to sell it yet, I basically am going to have somebody run it, and then I can go explore and do what I want to do. Because I want to explore and do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? There we go. That's what I want to do. And like I said, I got this whole fascination about why in the world we can't live under the ocean. I don't know how that's not possible, you know what I mean? So they're saying we don't have the tools to do it. Yes, we do. No, they built oil rigs out there. They're not floating. They have to be mounted to something. So you have to learn to go in and build structures. Same thing with bridges. You have to build structures. When you look at a bridge, I mean, you're not looking at basically it's floating. It basically has a structure, a foundation that's implanted in basically the bed of the ocean floor. So it's easy to do. It's just, I don't know. But then again, once they do acquire it, man, I'm pretty sure the houses are going to be super expensive. It's probably going to be the same nonsense we have here, up and then down there too. Which is interesting. How you're going to charge tax if you're on the water. Which is funny, because that's how houseboats don't pay taxes. Did you know that? A houseboat that pays no taxes at all, because there's nothing to tax. It's actually sitting on the ocean. Now, if it decides to dock somewhere, then it pays a docking fee. That's it. Other than that, you don't pay any taxes for that thing. Nope. That's why a lot of people prefer to live on their boats. It's cheaper. On top of that, some people like that boat life. I mean, if I was about boat life, yeah, I would. Definitely would. You just get up and go. What you doing, Joker? Just get up and go. That's what I like about the whole thing, about the whole van life. I love the freaking van life. And the reason why, you can just get up and just go. I mean, you only get a short amount of time on the earth. That's pretty much it. I'd rather spend my time exploring and finding new things and basically doing the same humdrum stuff every freaking day. Now, what I like about my job, I constantly get to work with technology. I constantly building, designing, researching, studying. I like that kind of stuff at the end of the day. But like I said, I told you about that guy who was a chef. Yeah, he's a chef. He made a ton of money. And now this guy is basically traveling all over from state to state in an Aerostar van with him and his cat. And loving every minute of it. I like that other fellow basically had that rigged out vehicle where he shows him and his dog out there in the middle of the woods, and he's got a campfire, he's drinking a little hot cocoa, beautiful stars to watch. Yeah, definitely. That's the way of life for me at the end of the day. That is definitely the way to go. I think if I didn't drop into this kind of business at the end of the day, I would have done that. I would have done van life in a hot second. But the reason why I'm tied into this, because I got a lot of people depending on the technology that I'm engineering. I got a lot of people involved in this. So once I get this where it needs to be at, lay my platform, get this technology where it needs to go, make my money, the serious money that I really need to build what I need to build, yeah, I'm going to go out and basically get my big old farm. And I told you before, I don't want anything fancy. I don't want no gourmet kitchen. I don't want I don't want any of that stuff. I just want basically, I'll be happy with a hammock. I don't care. Get a hammock in there, makeshift kitchen, compost toilet, but majority of that place is just going to be built for me to create and build whatever the freak I want. Got my computer station over here. I got my wood shop over there. I got my welding shop on the other end. I can build and work on things all day long. Not be bothered by anybody. Just testing and building stuff. Yep. So my niece, the one that's in the military, she's the one that's going to basically build a drone security system for my unit, my whole area. So basically, I can have drones out there to basically, I guess, serve and protect them, whatever we're going to do. But she's designing them. She has them on her property. Things are crazy looking too. But yeah, I'm going to work on my projects. That's basically about it. And that's where I'll be at. Yeah. That's what I was going to turn the third floor to in the house. I was going to turn it to a drone docking station. I almost came close to doing it too. I was going to put a command center up there and actually build a drone docking station. Do a little test to see exactly if I could get the drones to hover around the house, come back, reconnect to a docking station, and upload information. So that's what I was going to turn the top floor to, but it had issues up there, man. Like in summertime, there was no way to cool it down. So I put an air conditioner on. They had 2 windows in there, so that became an issue. Plenty of power cords up there, and in the wintertime, it was freaking super cold up there. So, yeah, there's a bit of an interesting ordeal up there. So, not a good place for technology to be up there. But not too far from being able to do a docking station. Oh, is this machine powered up? So you can go check it out. Because I'm sitting there right here talking about this and the other. I'm thinking about my not so much retirement, but yeah, I can't wait to get my barn, man. The one thing I do want to hook up in the barn, I want to put in this huge bubble window. Like you see the bubble windows you see on bands sometimes? Because I want to be able to lay out the window and look up and see the stars. Because I love the stars, I do. That's something I definitely want to design. Definitely got to put in a sliding board. That's definitely going to happen. Massive sliding board has to go in. Definitely need a fire pole. That's definitely going in at the end of the day. And we definitely need a rail car. We definitely have to have one of them. So I figured at 200 acres, I should be able to build some pretty crazy stuff on there. So I'm going to experiment with the tiny homes. Got the wood shop, plenty of equipment there. Build whatever we want. Experiment with building some tiny homes. And some of the other cool stuff I can't mention that I'm working on. Some other projects I can't speak about. But yeah, we got something pretty cool. Okay, people, let's fire this thing up. Woohoo! Put all this time and work into it, so might as well fire it up. Can't wait to get the new graphic card, so that'll be next. Do the graphic card with it and hook it up. So we got our button here, our extra large button. Extra large button. Well, I tell you, finding the freaking the negative and positive LEDs for these buttons. Oh my goodness, man! Like I said, you'll never ever forget that process as long as you live. I will never forget it ever. Never. That was a freaking headache to do that. Never doing that ever again. Let me see. I think biggest nightmare basically I've had, one time I had something where basically building an entire PC and it doesn't cut on. That already happened to a PC one time that I put together. And I built the whole entire thing, man, modded it and everything, man, and then turned around and that sucker would not cut on. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I had to take it apart. Same thing with this one. This one over here was actually an interesting build because the liquid cooling system, that connects it to the CPU. It had 2 bolts on each side, and on the other side, when you connected it to the brackets, there were 2 little small little pegs that they had to fit inside of. But on top of that, there was a spring support system that kind of like, I guess, locked it in place or add some tension to it. Man, that was a freaking headache. So I thought it'd be easy, because this one right here, easy. The way this is designed, I can actually put this into the case. I can take out the motherboard, put it in the case, slap it, and be done. That one, on the other hand, that was a freaking nightmare. So I had to pull the entire motherboard out, and then I had to go behind the back of it, and I had to undo the entire wire management job, take it all out, Spaghetti City, pull the whole thing out, bring it over here, and try to attach it, which was a freaking headache. But the jacked up part about it was the test run to see if I could do it inside the case. Went perfectly. It snapped right in. After that, man, I had a hard time getting it in there. And then on top of that, I smeared the thermal paste so badly that I had to remove the entire copper block, take the alcohol rubs, clean off the CPU, clean off the copper block, put everything back together again. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't short out the board. So that was interesting. So you won't forget that one either. And that's why I didn't buy me another one. I didn't buy me this one. I bought this one instead. Because I saw how this one was put together. This was so easy to assemble. It's not even funny. As a matter of fact, like I said, if I'm going to do a modification for a PS5, this is what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm going to be using. This liquid cooling system right here. I do want to do like a really like high-tech liquid cooling system, you know, with the whole reservoir system. But I definitely want to get into a habit of designing my own reservoirs. Let me see. Oh, you like my frozen? Look, my frozen picture video with my ice cream in the corner. That was freaking sick. Can't wait to get this thing done. So this part right here, we still have a lot to do. A lot of pipes and stuff, and a lot of ice work to put up here to ice it down, look really nice. We still got fans to put in. I got fans to put on this side. We got fans to put on this side. On both sides of these. On this side, we got fans to put inside of here. I think I might do the bottom area. I think I'm going to put in maybe 140 millimeters, and I think around the inside of it, we only need like probably about a fan here, and one in the corner. I think we'll do 80 millimeters. It'll be nice, nothing too big, you know what I mean? And then we're going to put in a LED light system for this back and the front. That's going to make that silver reflect quite nicely. And then we're going to basically, the corners, we're going to basically coat those in white, and then go in and put in this nice kind of like ice, I guess stalactite, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. But anyway, just for here, and here, we're going to make it like it's kind of like an icy kind of drip coming off of it. It's going to be quite nice when we get done with it. Yeah, a lot of work, but still easy. We'll get it done. It'll be pretty cool when we get done with it. You won't recognize the whole frame structure and all that when we get finished with it. This one I'm still working on. I'm literally still working on this one right here. I still got to put a whole Mario Brothers pipe system to it and all that stuff, so that has to be work. But that's light work at the end of the day. As long as we get the build down packed, then I'm pretty much good with it all. Did I lock this in place? Okay, it is locked in place. Okay, cool. Make sure that's in place. Okay. All right. I have to turn you to the side for a minute. We're still building this sculpture design too on top of that. And if you're wondering what this thing is in the back, that's an actual projection screen. That's used for mapping applications. Not done with that either. That's another project I'm still working on. I actually need to get that one finished and done. All right, there he goes. Power up here. Let me see. No, sleep. Brooklyn. No, sleep. Brooklyn. Remember the BC Boys. Yeah. All the insomniacs were like, no, sleep. Brooklyn. You were living in Brooklyn. I got people in the Heights. I know people up in Manhattan. There are people in the Bronx. And I got some people I'm chilled with over in Spanish Harlem. But yeah, the Heights. Queens. I don't think I know one person in the Queens. But I got a lot of people I know in the Heights. We'd like to do martial arts. Alright, let's go somewhere on this. Alright, what are we doing on this? Let me see. Make sure everything's running nice and crispy. Alright, let me see. Where's the motor on this thing? Oh, it is running motor right there. Alright, we'll change this out. I'm gonna upgrade my speed. I can have a higher speed for this. Might as well, because they're not gonna want. We need a much higher speed. We're gonna have a bigger business connection for all this. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm not playing the game. I was playing the game on there. So I'll test this out for a little bit. Just update. Machine right there. There's the button. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck to get that one done. To get the button to actually I'm supposed to do this. I went through all that to figure out where the pins went, and keep in mind on the motherboard just to do that. Yeah. You see, I never gave up. Persistent, get it done. But all that I went through just to get it to do this, the light up. All right, people. I'm going to basically get back to this because I got some work to do on this piece. I'm doing some programming on this side. And tomorrow we'll basically do some demonstrations on the new gaming screen paint. I'm sorry, gaming screen paint, the new colored black technology over there. And I got this new one I'm going to be designing for this side over here. So we got modifications to do for the PS5 for that. Sorry, PS4, PS5. And get that done. All right, so hope you enjoyed. And of course, always we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because if it wasn't for him, none of this would exist. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.